So I came home to eat something because I'm like, I go days without eating, 2 days at the most, and what makes me eat is when I start feeling lightheaded and I get this nauseous feeling, nausea feeling, whatever you choose to call it. I prefer to use nausea. Nauseous, I like nauseous better. So I came home, I put some food in the air fryer. The other day I went to the market to get my grandkids some food. I wanted my grandkids overnight. And my daughter called the day they were bringing them. And she's like, Mom, you got food for the boys? They're picky eaters. They're 3 and almost 3. Or almost 4 and almost 3, rather. And I said no. I ate their fish sticks they had left. All they had was fish sticks and some heart-shaped, like star-shaped chicken nugget thingies. Like, I ate their fish sticks. They still had a few cups of macaroni and cheese, like Cheetos, macaroni and cheese. Like, weird, because it don't taste like Cheetos. I know, because I finished their food. They don't finish. It don't taste like Cheetos, but whatever. And cups of oatmeal. Little cups of oatmeal. Different cereal flavored oatmeals in the cups. Quaker, like weird stuff. But that's what they eat, like stuff like that. So, you know, after they leave, I kind of finish off what they did. So I was at the market getting their frozen food section, the hot dog with the pretzel wrapped around it, some more nuggets and fun shapes and more fish sticks. I got me some fish portions, which are my favorite. Okay. And I got me some butterfly shrimp. That's fine, the coconut shrimp. Okay. Now, I'm not eating since yesterday. I was really hungry. Those coconut shrimp, banging. Put them in the air fryer, crispy, banging. Coconut shrimp from the market in the frozen food section. Throw that thing in the air fryer. Set it and forget it. Don't forget it. Set it and keep an eye on it. I don't know about y'all, but I do everything in the air fryer on French fries. I cook everything in the air fryer on French fries. Hold up. It's a little, some of them are energy. Some of them are just, you add a squirt, like a drop to your water. And this one is lemonade iced tea. Squirt. Tastes like lemonade iced tea. Get them from the market too. So the other day I made a video I went on Ricky Smiley's page to catch up on stuff I missed of his. And the first thing there on his page was a video. It was a live, but it was the replay of the live. Him laying back in his bed on his elbow under his look like white sheet and blanket. And his daughter, who is grown, was sitting on the side of his bed. And he told her, "You're not going to find a Southern man. Good luck finding a Southern man. you sitting on top of the comforter. You're not supposed to sit on top of the comforter. You're supposed to pull the comforter back and sit on the sheets. And he was telling her, like, yo, pull the comforter back and sit on my sheets. Don't sit like that's disrespect. And I'm like, I'm listening to this thinking, that's disrespect. So I made a whole video about that. So to bring y'all up to speed, because I'm making a whole nother video about something totally different right now. This video is on Facebook, the one I'm talking about. So I'm like, that's not how we were raised. We, like, first of all, when you come in the house, you pull from being a child. We were raised, you come in the house, you take them good clothes off you wore outside. My mom called them street clothes. You take them street clothes off, you put on your house clothes. Our house clothes were clothes that were raggedy, holy, spotted up, too small or too big. We wore around the house. You take them good clothes off and hang them back up to wear the next time. That's how my mom was. Growing up, us children, 3 of us, we did not sit on our mom's bed. We go in her bedroom, we do what we gotta do, what she tell us to do, which was she'll call us from the living room down the hall to her bedroom to change the channel on her damn TV. We hated it. We're like, she called us, yes, Mom. Come here, you heard me call you. We go down the hall, change that channel to channel 6 for me. What? Like, you in the room with the TV, you can't get up and walk over to your TV and change the channel? Okay. But there was no sitting on our mom's bed. So that video prompted me to make a video now for you guys, while I had some time, about ways I was raised that may be different from the way you were raised. And I want to know how y'all were raised. You know what I'm saying? In comparison. Like, what things did your parents, or what are some things you did or do with your children that other people may not do? Things that you stand firm on. I still stand firm on. A, nobody sit on my bed but me and the person I'm sleeping with. That's it, that's all. B, nobody belong in my bedroom but me and the person I'm sleeping with. That's it, that's all. My daughter was allowed to sit on my bed. However, the type of mom I am, I'm like a little deranged, I guess. I don't know. Like I just said, she was allowed to sit on my bed, yet when she come in my room and I'm sitting on the bed, I'm like, yes. Because she'll sit down next to me and I'm like, yes. Did your bed disappear? And she's like, no. She'll sit there and go on and have a conversation. And that's my child. You know, I'm okay with that. And she knows to sit on top of the blanket. Don't walk barefoot. Grew up like that as a child. I stand firm on that today. Now, as a child, I hated it. I loved walking barefoot. I hate socks. I hate socks. I hate socks. You can catch me in the winter with boots on, no socks, all day. No lie. You really can. There's a video going around on the Facebook with me outside of 7-Eleven with work toe, steel toe work boots on, with no socks. Can't make it up. I was out all day half the day. I remember walking barefoot as a child and getting freaking thumbtacks stuck in my foot. My oldest brother would pull them out, like yank them out. And I'm like, oh my God. But when he did them slow, like it was torture. Like, yank it out, go ahead. Oh my God. My mom be like, that's why I told you to keep those shoes on your feet, damn it. Yeah. Keep slippers on your feet. Like, you got house shoes, put house shoes on your feet. My number one rule inside my home is this. Put it back where you got it from. With my eyesight, those of you that don't know, I'm legally blind. With my eyesight, I literally have to feel the surface for something. I can't just look and be like, oh, there go my keys. I gotta literally feel for my keys. You know what I'm saying? So if I have company and they use, let's say, my lotion, and they don't put it back where they got it from. I don't mean sit it back on the dresser. I mean put it back where you got it from. Because everything has a spot in my house. And I'm not OCD. Far from it. I'm not OCD about any damn thing. People think OCD means like cleaning. You like to clean. No. Keep going, shy. Yeah, put stuff back we got it from. And that, I believe, is why your house will stay clean and in order. If you put things back where they belong, when you finish, I don't care how small your crib is, how packed it is. Everything has a place. I don't care if you got everything piled up in dresser drawers or somewhere. You know what I mean? Just put it back where you got it from. Pet peeve. Pet peeves. That's another video. I hate people asking me, am I alright? I really do. An adult asking me, am I okay? Pet peeve. Because if you see me crying, then obviously I'm not okay. Or if I'm not smiling, I'm not, like, that don't mean it's something wrong. It's just who walks down the street, you know what I mean? But people be like, you okay? I'm like, isn't it what you ask a child that just fell off their bicycle? Well, yeah, then don't ask me, am I okay? I'm a grown woman. The proper thing to do is if you see me crying, say, I'm here for you, homie. Whenever you're ready, whenever you need, I'm here for you. Or, it's going to be all right, homie. Or let me know if you need me, buddy. I mean, nah, you okay? Because I'm going to cuss you out. Like, do it look like I'm okay? Like, really. Like, we as adults need to find a better way to communicate, you know? No dirty dishes stay in our house overnight. Every other night, my younger brother and I, every other night we did dishes. One do the dishes, the other one sweep the kitchen and the dining room. Yeah. That kitchen trash can got emptied every night. These are still things I do today in my own home as an adult, all these years later. I used to show on Facebook after I cook. I would clean the kitchen. I would cook, set the table, eat, on YouTube a lot. Or on Facebook Live or YouTube. And afterwards, I get up and clean the kitchen. I did it on live a couple times. Afterwards, I would make a video and like, yeah, here's the kitchen. Here's everything I just used. I just cooked this on camera, on live. Cooking the shrimp is banging. I gotta eat like this, like pause in between. Cause I get full fast because I don't eat much, so my stomach can't hold that much food. My inner stomach, like not this, but this gut, but my inner stomach has shrunk. It can't hold that much anymore. So I showed on Facebook how I don't have a kitchen trash can. Well, I have a kitchen trash can. It just don't stay in the kitchen. When I have company, I get the trash can and I put it in the kitchen, put a bag in it. That can looks brand spanking new. You know why? Only trash go in it, not garbage. Anything that contains food go into a bag and outside to the trash can. Think about it. I live alone. So it's just me using my trash most of the week. You know how long it takes for me to fill up a 30-gallon kitchen trash can, which isn't a big can at all? You know how long it takes me to fill that up? So imagine me putting this in there when I'm done. These breadcrumbs in there when I'm done. That would be sitting in there for days waiting for me to fill that bag up. Nah, I'm not doing that. That's how you get mice and roaches and stuff. No. Speaking of mice and roaches, we had a cat. We kept a cat growing up because my mom did not do mice. After that cat finished with that can of food that we emptied out and put in the can, like put in the cat bowl, my mom make us rinse the can out, which I don't know why. The smell's still gonna be in it, put it in the trash. Okay. The trash still be smelling like that stinky canned cat food. That was dumb rinsing it out, but all right, Mom. Respectfully. All right, Mom. After the cat ate that food out the bowl, we were told, we knew to monitor that bowl. As soon as it was empty, go get that bowl up, clean that bowl. Because again, that's what attracts roaches. Yeah, the exterminator tell you that. Your pet food, that canned pet food attract roaches. It's food. It's animal meat. It's animal product. It's the parts of the animals that we don't eat. Whatever parts of the animals we don't eat, that's what go into them cans of food. It's animals. You got that sitting on the floor. That's why Tunya got roaches by coming from under the deep freezer and all in the dog food. Because you leave that can of food sitting down there. So that's something we were raised as. Oh, here's a good one. Toilet Plume. Flush the toilet with the lid down. Still do it today. Flush the toilet with the lid down. Yup. Google what is Toilet Plume. B-L-U-M-E. Google what is Toilet Plume. I got a phone with me at all times. Hey Google. What is Toilet Plume?
According to MIT Medical, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, you are correct that the toilet plume, an airborne dispersal of microscopic particles created by the flush of a toilet, is a real phenomenon and, in some cases, a valid public health concern.
I don't like that answer, but that's what Toilet Plume is. Hey Google, what is Toilet Plume?
According to Wikipedia, a toilet plume is the rapid upward dispersal of microscopic urine, feces, vomit, and menstrual particles as a result of flushing a toilet.
Hey Google, according to Wikipedia, what is Toilet Plume?
According to Wikipedia, a toilet plume is the rapid upward dispersal of microscopic urine, feces, vomit, and menstrual particles as a result of flushing a toilet.
The upward, I believe it's with a P, but whatever the case, it's the upward. When every time we flush the toilet, no matter what's in it, every time we flush the toilet, whatever is in it comes shooting up. It shoots up to 20 feet, 18, 20 feet into the air. Our bathroom ceilings aren't even 20 feet in the air. So that means it hits the ceiling and it splatters back around. So, you know how when you flush the toilet, it goes around. So what's coming up ain't just shooting straight up. As it's going around, it's going around, but it's going up and it's going up and just all over. So because of that, we were never allowed to keep our toothbrushes in the bathroom. Our wash rags did not stay in the bathroom because of that. The germiness of all that. My father is Puerto Rican, for those of you that do not know. We were raised, we did not use a regular mop to mop our floors. No, we were down on that floor with a mop bucket a bucket of rinse water, a bucket of soapy water, and somebody came behind you with another sponge and a bucket of clear water. And we mopped our floors that way. Now I use Swiffer. I've been using Swiffer as long as Swiffers came out on all my floors. The mop is spreading dirty water on the floor. Once you put that mop back into that water, unless you're using the spin mop, which is not mixing the water. I don't know how it works, but it's not. I have one. I don't know how it works, but I don't even use it. I used it once. I haven't used that. Bought it 3 years ago. I have not used it again. Weird stuff. I keep buying Swiffer sheets. And not only that, but the dirty water splashed on the baseboards in the bottom of the wall, dirtying them up. So we never grew up. Our mop was for spills. Our mop was for water spills only. Our mop stayed looking brand new. Our mop always looked brand new. People be like, yo, y'all never use that mop. Yeah, we don't. While I'm on the clean stuff, let's fix the clean stuff. Our bathroom, I'm still this way today. Our bathroom was not clean unless we sanitized, we cleaned the light switch and the doorknobs too. Okay. I'm still that way today. I clean the bathroom. You spray, you wipe the light switch. You spray, you wipe the doorknobs. Yeah. Why? I'm so full, but I'm still not full. You clean the light switch because you don't know what your guest or your whoever is using the bathroom, what they're doing when they come out. Let's say they don't wash their hands. The last thing they do in the bathroom, if they don't wash their hands or don't wash their hands good, is what? Turn the light off and open the door. So you got somebody urine juice on your light switch and your doorknobs. You got somebody all over, you know what I mean? So when you clean, I clean my restrooms every day. They get sprayed and wiped down every day too. Now, after that person that did not wipe their hands, did not wash their hands, after they come out the bathroom, what they do? They go down your steps. They touch your banister. So when we sweep our steps down, we spray down paper towel, spray down your thing with your Clorox cleaner. We go down the banister. We were raised like that, man. Like, all the journey stuff, like, my parents, I don't know what it was about them, and they weren't OCD at all. They just knew how to keep a household looking presentable or something. I don't know. My mom was big. My mom used to always say, you not going to have to move something when somebody knock on that door and I tell you to open it. They gonna come in and have a seat. There was no you moving stuff to sit down. I swear, man, I got friends that be like, it's boring. What you mean you boring? I'm like, all right, I'm gonna pull up on you. You know, I haven't been in nobody's home but my child and my father in 2 years. I'm gonna pull up on you. You bored? I'm down north. I'm gonna come through. Get in her crib and I'm like, yo. If I can see this, how you bored? Turn on some music and get your ass up and clean. You not bored, you lazy. You got plenty to do. You just choose not to do it. Can't live like that. People got clothes hanging on top of doors in their bedrooms. And I told the story how my brother had a treadmill and had all kind of stuff hanging on the treadmill. He had his duffel bag, all kind of clothes. Like, yo, is that your closet? What else were we raised as? Definitely wash your hands before you go to the refrigerator. Bedtime was 8 o'clock forever until I got like, I don't know, 13, it was 9 o'clock. Like, true story, true story. Have I told this story on Facebook? Oh my God, have I told this story? I'm sure I told this story. I'm sure I did. I had long, thick hair like Rudy Huxtable. I started 9th grade with ballies and barrettes in my hair. I started the 9th grade wearing ballies, colorful ballies to match my clothes with the barrette hanging on the end of it. My mom with 2-strand twisted, like right now, I got these plaits. My mom would take like this section of hair with this section of hair, the ballie would be around it, and she would twist it together, right? No hair falling my food. Twist it together and put the barrette on the end. My hair was hanging down here. I'm going to school like that. 9th grade, lie to you not. Somewhere months later, one of my friends was like, yo, let me give you some. What the hell did we call them? Did we call them straight backs? I don't know, but she gave me like 8 straight backs. Then they were calling me Mac 10. If y'all know who Mac 10 is, they were calling me Mac 10 because of the straight backs. Yeah, my mom didn't know how to do hair. And after the braids, when my friend couldn't do my braids, I brought some scrunchies and I put my hair in a ponytail, and that's what I wore to school for like forever, braids or a ponytail. And when I wore a ponytail, they were calling me Mr. Biggs. Not Mr. Biggs, Ryan Isley, because Mr. Big wasn't Mr. Big then. Ryan wasn't Mr. Big. They were calling me Ryan Isley. Like, look at my face. I was about to take my head off. No, too many screen recordings. Speaking of screen recordings, I submitted my first copyright claim to YouTube. The young lady, well, she's not young. The lady that was using my content on her channel, like my whole video on her channel, I submitted her video using my copyright material to YouTube. I mean, yeah, to YouTube. It wasn't copyright when she used it, but because she used it, I got a copyright. I gave her the heads up to take it, to remove it from her channel. She still haven't, so it's been submitted to YouTube for a copyright strike. 2 videos, so she's going to have 2 copyright strikes on her channel. You can only have 3 before they permanently take your channel from you. I'm not sorry. These people should know what they're getting into before they get into it. What else? If you lie, that's how we were raised. If you lie, I'm going to talk to you. No. She said, when you do something wrong, I'm going to talk to you. You lie about it and beat your ass. And she did. But wait, it gets worse because we had options. We didn't have to get the butt beaten. Wait a minute. We had the option of punishment or getting your can whooped. I took beat me. Let me eat this shrimp. Hold up before I choke, man. Memories. So, I always chose to get a beating, and I messed up. I messed up a lot. Somewhere around 14, my mom got hit to me, but punishment was 1 week. If you do something wrong while you're on punishment, she add a week to it. Oh, and she did, and she kept track of it. It was magnet to the It was stuck to the refrigerator door. You get your butt beat, you get your butt beat. You can still go outside. You can go outside the same day. You know what I mean? Like, I'm getting away from this crazy lady. Yo, beat me. Hurry up, get it over. Ow, it hurt. Please get it over so I can get away from you, you crazy woman. Yeah, my brother, yo. 2 years older than me, such a punk he was. Yo. Run through the house. My mom be out of breath. My mom gotta take a break. Once she get him, she gotta hold him and take a break. Wrap her big fat juicy legs around him to beat his butt so he don't move. Then she gotta go so hard. Now she hitting her back with the belt or the double Dutch rope or the extension cord, whatever she choose to use. Now she hitting her back, so now she beating him more because she beating herself up. Like yo, I'm telling him, like, yo, just take the whooping, dog. This dude in the house a whole week. I'm outside bored by myself riding a bike. Like, man, you should have took the beating, man. Oh my God, how else were we raised? Man, growing up. Oh, grew up in the 80s. The neighbors got to you first. And you think after Miss Libby or Miss Minnie or Miss Helen or Miss Humphrey or Miss Dean or Miss Donna, Miss Roslyn that got to you. You know what I mean? Like, they never... Miss Libby would pop me in my head with the brush while she was doing my hair. My mom finally started letting Miss Libby do my hair when I was like 5, 6. She would pop me in my head with the brush. But my mom didn't let other people physically chastise us, though. But the verbal was enough. I got caught hooky in school, I want to say 10th grade. Leslie. Miss Brenda. I need to call y'all too. What's up, cuzzo? Leslie and I grew up together. Went to school together, elementary school. He's a year older than me, all that stuff. But we end up in high school. We like all throughout school, we went to school together. Our parents worked at the same school together. Our elementary school. My mom was a school teacher. 2nd grade school teacher, my mom was. Leslie always hooky school with us. We called ourselves squad. It was like 8 of us, boys and girls. We hooky school every day, smoke weed, buy 40. We would buy... True story. I don't think I ever told this. YouTube exclusive. My high school was right up the street from my house, 2 blocks. So I ain't have lunch money. I ate school lunch. I was supposed to eat school lunch, but I really didn't go to school. So we were hooky school, walk downtown to what is now the fashion district of Philadelphia. Then it was called the Gallery. Back then you could smoke in there and everything. Some more. Excuse me. On our way there, we would panhandle. And we would be like spread it out like 2 there, a block away is 2 of us. On the other side of those 2 is 2, a block away on both sides is 2 there and 2 here. So we could literally, the 2 of us could literally look across the street and talk to them. Those ahead of us could do the same. So that's how the 8 of us would hooky school walking downtown. And every time we passed somebody, we would ask could they spare some change. True story. So I got hip to it. I was like, yo, we gonna start asking them for 20 cents. Because then they gonna give us a quarter. We would tell them, can you spare some change, or can you spare 20 cents? I lost my school token, you know, something like that. And they will always give it to us, right? Then what we didn't get, we would go in the gallery and sit on the side of the wall by the water fountain. where people would throw change in it. We would dip our hand behind us and go take the change out the water fountain. And we'll go count it and walk back to the hood, go buy, back then, a $5 could get you 2.5 blunts from a nick. Like, 2.5 blunts from a nick back then, right? So we would go sit in the, so we would have enough money. We really hustled up enough money in like 1 hour to get a nickel bag of weed, 3 blunts, a big bag of party mix for $1 and a 99-cent soda. We all agreed on a black cherry wishnick or a grape. And we would go sit and walk further into the hood to 12th and Susquehanna. Anybody that know North Philly, 12th and Susquehanna is the playground. Go sit in the playground, smoke our weed, and eat our party mix and drink our sodas. I don't remember how we drunk the soda, but I'm guessing we drunk it out the bottle. Like, and we just, I don't remember that part. Crazy. I'm not making this up, yo. That's crazy, man. So, Leslie was always there with me, y'all. There's one day we in the gallery hooking in school. Leslie ain't come to school that day. We were in Dr. Denham in the damn gallery. Upstairs on like the 3rd level. Leslie come up to me like, Shy, you better hide my mom in here. I'm like, where is she at? Next thing I know, here come Miss Brenda. Shy. We talked about this right after my mom's passing. She said, and what did you tell me? I'm like, I don't know, Miss Brenda, what did I tell you? Leslie like, man, F that. You grown now, Shy. I'm like, nah, man, I'm still scared of your mom. She in the background tells him, you better be. Like, yo. She said, Shy, do your mother know you here? She said I lied to her and told her something. I was on a field trip. I ain't tell you no dumbass lie like that, Miss Brenda. I probably did. I don't know, I was scared of her. I probably did. I gotta tell you the other time I was hooking in school too and got locked up. So Miss Brenda was like, come on. I'm taking you home to your mom right now. I knew my life was over. This was in February. My mother put me on punishment to the last day of school. When we got in that apartment, Miss Brenda was like, tell her what you gotta tell her. And I'm standing there staring at my mom like, I don't gotta tell you shit. I don't know what the fuck she talking about. That's what's going through my head. My mom was like, you better start talking. I looked at Miss Brenda like, what should I say? She was like, tell her where I brought you from. I said, the gallery. My mom was already up on my tail. She was like, wait a minute. Let her finish. She was like, there's more. Tell her where you was supposed to be. My mom said, you better not say school, so I ain't say nothing. Bam! Oh my God. Like, yo. So, that was before this. Again, that was in February. I was on punishment until the last day of school. I could not wait till the last day of school to get off punishment. Another time, I just told this story somewhere. I just told this story. I need to make this a TikTok. I think I got my I don't got my TikTok phone. I don't got my TikTok phone. That's crazy. I was about to tell this story. It's a TikTok when I'm telling it to you. Oh well. Another YouTube. I don't think this is exclusive. I really just told this story to somebody the other day. I don't know. Somewhere on social media. Christine Chambers. She was the fly kid in school. And Christine was a little roughneck, but was girly. And I was confused by her because I was the only lesbian. Only my friends, the squad, ain't know I was lesbian. Light girls, whatever, because I wasn't lesbian then. I was just a teenager that had only had a few occasions with both at that time. Both genders. Christine was always had the latest Jordans on, the fly Nikes, the fly jeans, Like, I don't know what her mom did for a living, but she wasn't no damn second grade school teacher. She was no school teacher. School teachers don't make good money. We struggled. My mother struggled. We were children. We didn't know we were struggling. I don't understand why, but we're hooking in school. We end up in John Wanamaker's. I made a YouTube video at that building. It was really blurry. I didn't wipe my phone off, obviously. And that video was blurry. I should have deleted it. I hope I did. I'll get the video again. The video I tried to make about the Mannequin building. The movie Mannequin. Where Eddie Murphy? I wasn't Eddie Murphy. Anyway, the movie Mannequin was filmed in that department store, John Wanamaker's at that time. Now it's the Macy's building, same building. We're in there. Christine see a leather Perry Ellis jacket. It was dope. It was dope. It was fresh. And it had that sensor on it. And they're trying to get it off. And these dudes, they look like they were in like their early 20s. They were cutie pies, you know, tall, cute, you know, cute brothers, cutie pies. They was trying to holler at my girlfriends I was hooking in school with. Vicky done got their number. Vicky done got somebody's, the cutest one number. ... Love you, Vicky. Have not seen you since 9th grade. I know you alive. Where the hell are you? DM me. Inbox me. It's me. It's me. Get at me, boo. But yeah, you were thotting back then, girl. You know it. She done got the one dude number. The other one's trying to talk to the other friends of mine. And I'm still trying to get the thing off. Next thing I know, it pops off. Christine gets the jacket. I don't know what she did with the jacket, but Christine got the jacket. And we're on our way out the store. Them same dudes they were just talking to and got their numbers, gripped us up, put handcuffs on us, and took us to the holding cell inside of that department store. Yes. Them dudes were LP, loss prevention. Every store has loss prevention. Every big store, not the mom and pop stores. Target, Walmart, they all have loss prevention. Loss prevention is security that sits in a room and monitor the cameras and can see every aisle of every store, like every section of that store. And they're watching and they're radioing, talking to their partner who's on the store, like walking the store, acting as if they're shopping undercover. And they'll tell that person what section, what they're wearing, and you know, they'll tell their coworker what they're wearing or whatever, and go apprehend that customer. And yeah, they apprehended our asses. So knowing my mom, Christine, the jacket is for you, homegirl. Vicky, leave me alone. Don't say shit. So they like, call your parents. I'm sitting there like, y'all feel salty right now. Y'all was, and they got us in individual cells too. Where we spread out, but we can still see each other. You know what I mean? Still talk to each other, but ain't nobody trying to say nothing to each other because we all scared right now. So they like, come on, one at a time, call your mom, blah, blah, blah. I'm not calling that lady. You crazy if you think I am. I told them my mom is out of town in Washington working with state representative, blah, blah, blah. She was not. But that's what I told them. They believed it. They said, well, we can't let you go. We need somebody, an adult, to release you to. I said, Christine, by now it's like 6 o'clock in the evening. I'm already in trouble because I'm more than 3 hours late getting home from 2 blocks up the street. I'm in trouble. I damn near ran home to North Philly. Of course, I had to walk because I ain't had car fare. told Christine, I'm like, yo, you gotta get your mom to get me out of here. She like, I don't know. I said, yo, you gotta get your mom to get me out of here. I got that jacket for you, dog. So she got her mom to get me out. They released me to her mom custody. And I walked home. A week later, my mom calls me. She said, what's this? I owe $900 to John Wanamaker's for a jacket you stole. Look at me. Answer me. I didn't talk. I didn't steal the jacket, Mom. This paper said you stole the jacket. I helped her steal the jacket, Mom. Where is the jacket? I don't have it, Mom. They got it. We left it there. Then why do they want my $900, Mom? I don't know. She says, and I'm mad. I'm gonna cuss their asses out too. It say it wasn't damaged. If you ain't damaged it and you got the damn jacket, why you want me to pay for the damn jacket? My mom was livid. I got my butt beaten, was on punishment for a whole year. I didn't even wear the jacket. We didn't leave the store with the jacket. We tried to. Well, she tried to. I did take the alarm off, but yeah. I was bad. Y'all was bad, man. I was bad. So 14. My mom and Pop drunk. My Pop still do drink. My mom always had a bar. My mom always had a bar at the crib. Man. Peach schnapps. And see, I ain't never watched my mom make the drink. But I remember that bottle of peach schnapps. I remember it was sweet. It was peachy, and it burnt my chest going down, but I liked the burn, so I kept drinking it. Black cherry Manischewitz. Reuniti. Coco Reed. I didn't like that one. She had these, let me know if y'all remember these big ass coolers. These coolers, if you see, you see this water bottle. The big one. This cooler was like this big. It was like 20, it was like a 2-foot cooler. It was big. She had the pina coladas and the pink champagne. Pink champagne or pink champagne? I want to say pink champagne, but I don't know. Let me know if y'all remember them big old coolers. My Pop used to buy them for my mom all the time. And my mom kept them in the bottom of her closet. She had like 12 of them or more. I don't know. I tell the change container story too. Yo. That's supposed to be about stuff, how I was raised. Now I'm telling you how I was ill behaved. I finally ate everything. Crazy. 10 shrimp and 1.5 fish portion. Let me just pull up my desk. Just promise. So, my mom started noticing that they were going missing. And she was thinking it was my older brother who's 10 years older than me. And he kept saying, Mom, I wouldn't lie to you. She kept saying, I know it's you. Your brother and sister ain't bothering it. They not drinking much. He said, Mom, I'll be smelling stuff on Sha-Sha, bruh. Ratted me out. You ratted me out, man. My mom done went in my room. I'm in school, 14. She went in my room, searched my room in my closet. She found all these empty bottles. Woo-wee! Oh my God, man. I was supposed to start this video off with this. I do not remember your name. I had your name. Damn it, it was a Cheryl. I can't remember. I'm not even gonna try to remember. The video I made earlier today with the sweater on, the Argyle sweater. Someone commented on that asking, Shy, where you been? Been missing you and watching replays. And I told her, if you follow me on social media, then you know what I'm doing right now. So, and I did tell her what I'm about to tell you right now. I'm not just here on YouTube. I am on Facebook under pages. Everything Shy is on Facebook under pages. Everything Shy is on Instagram. Everything Shy is on TikTok. I post videos all day. I'm a content creator. Before you met me, I was making videos all day, every day. I'm still making videos all day, every day. However, YouTube is not a 3-minute video type of place. Unless it's something you really want to just put, you really need to get on the air. In between, like while I'm waiting for an Uber to go to my next location, I'll make a video and post it on either Instagram or Facebook. They are there. This is my second video today. Y'all know I don't do 2 videos often on YouTube in one day. I did 2 videos already on YouTube. 2 videos on Instagram this morning. I did like 3 on Facebook today and 2 on TikTok today. And it is, what time is it? It's about 4 o'clock. Hey Google. Wait, let me see. What time is it?
It's 4:13 p.m.
I make videos all day. You don't have to watch replays unless you want to watch the replay. Like when I make videos and post it saying you can I said if you're bored it's because you're not binge watching my big fat A. I said the word before the A. I didn't want to say that right here, but I say if you're bored it's because you're not binge watching me. You can binge watch me. I have 4 years of content on Facebook, 4 years of content on YouTube. I have 3 years of content on Instagram, 2 years of content on TikTok. And you ain't watched all them videos. You ain't seen me make fried apples. You ain't seen me make fried cauliflower. You ain't seen me make soups. You ain't seen me make peanut butter from homemade peanut butter. Like, you not watching my videos. You're watching replays of what you want to watch. I'm talking go on YouTube, like search my channel and scroll down. Go all the way down to 2019. Go back to September 2019 because that's how far back everything Shy go on YouTube and Facebook. Been on Instagram since 2018. Yeah. So there's content there. There's content. Just how Facebook got Facebook Watch. Instagram has something. Instagram has Facebook Watch. Only it's not called Facebook Watch. Although Facebook is over Instagram. It's called IGTV. Those videos can only be up to 15 minutes. From 1 minute to 15 minutes. They're on Instagram. Cooking videos on Instagram. Yeah, I'm cooking on Instagram too. in a 15-minute video. I'm cooking. Like, it's something there for everybody. Like, I put the work there, and I tell you, if you really want to see what I do in a day, follow me across all platforms. I started out this morning sitting here at 5:45 making a video for Instagram with this shirt on while my coffee was brewing. Came back 6:27, made another video for Instagram drinking my coffee. Then I came and made the video for YouTube. Once I was ready to leave the house at 8 something, I ended that video 10 minutes to 9. Did what I had to do, which was take my father to his appointment. Did not know today was Wednesday. I thought it was Tuesday. And I went to the house. I have a couple 5-bedroom houses. One of my 5-bedroom houses had 3 empty bedrooms in it. So instead of holding an open house I rent rooms. And I'm flipping my first property now. We're putting floors in. The walls are painted. Everything's painted. They are putting floors down right now as we speak. And at the same time, I have another crew painting that house and putting carpet down on the first floor. Wall to wall rug, not carpet. I'm turning this first backtrack shot. You're getting ahead of yourself. The 2 tenants in this 5-bedroom that were left in there, I talked to them and I asked them how would they feel about relocating to another property of mine, and I told them the areas of, you know, those properties I have available. And I asked them, could they please do that for me? If you do, I will give you 1 month free of rent if you do this for me. Please, I need your help. Thankfully, they both took me up on my offer. So I relocated 2 tenants, which I had to physically help move yesterday or the day before yesterday. Was it both days? Physically help them move their belongings up and down steps out of one building into another building. I'm getting this 5-bedroom house painted right now. I'm buying as many beds, toddler mattresses, bed in a box, with frames, without frames. If I gotta put just, I'm opening up this 5-bedroom house for victims fleeing Ukraine. It's not for a family at all. Turning it basically into a shelter, you know. I don't care about them having much furniture at all. You know, I have some pieces that will go there, couches and things like that will go on every floor in the house, you know. Just chairs, you know, chairs so people can sit down during the day. I've put so much, like I've ordered so much stuff, man. I've ordered so much stuff. Baby everything, man, like toys and stuff, you know. So I don't know how many, but as many beds as we can get in this house, you know, as many chairs as we can get in this house. I don't care that y'all don't have a dresser or something, you know. I just want to get as many people in this house as I can get right now, man. Poor Ukraine. I've been wearing yellow and blue, like when I go out in public, yellow and light blue a lot, to stand in solidarity, you know. Like, we have to put ourselves in other people's shoes sometimes to realize how blessed we are. Or you may be thinking, that's nice of Shy, but it's not nice of Shy. That's not nice of Shy. That's what Shy would want someone to do for me. You know what I'm saying? These people, like, as soon as Governor Wolf made the announcement, I made that decision, you know. They're coming to Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania are welcoming Ukraine. So, and there's a website to sign up and list yourself as a, to list your home. So I've done that. So, and I told them it's a 5-bedroom and I'm filling it up with beds and chairs, baby cribs, bassinets. So all that can come, you know. I don't know how many beds we gonna get in here right now. The dining room will have at least 6 beds in there. Yeah, or at least 4 beds. At least 4 beds. At least 4 twin beds. At least 4 twin beds going in that dining room. The basement, you know. Yeah, we gonna get them in there. As many beds and seats we can get in there. I'll put a TV on every level, and it's already Wi-Fi in there, you know. So that's why it took me from Sunday until, when did I put the video? Did I put a video up yesterday? I don't know. I don't know. I think today was my first video. Yeah, today was my first video on YouTube. Today, Wednesday. That's why it took me from last Sunday, not this Sunday, from last Sunday until today, Wednesday, to put something else on the airwave. I'm busy. I'm flipping a home. I'm turning a 5-bedroom home I had to physically help 2 tenants move out of and then into a new home of mine. And running around buying and ordering and getting this ready from that property to the property I'm flipping because they need me there. I had my grandsons over the weekend. Again, toddlers. 2 4-year-olds and a 3-year-old. I have a partner. And I need time to myself, which is me making videos. And I am a content creator who always said I'm never gonna disengage with my audience. If you follow me on social media, then you know I interact. YouTube, I want to start engaging more, like, after my video. Like, there's 3 videos on my homepage. Once them 3 videos vanish from my homepage, I don't go into them comments anymore. Like, I want to start actually pulling up certain videos. Like, I have to go into the one I made for Petunia to respond to Petunia's comment. It's hard to say she these days. Sorry, Tunya. Not sorry, Tunya. Tunya, you know, okay? You know. Excuse me. I get tired, y'all. I'm always, no matter how tired I am, though, I'm always going to engage with my audience. You know, I can't get to every comment. I can't. Half the comments aren't for me on Facebook. They're people talking to other people. But I do click on to see if it's something for me to read, you know. I can't let a comment that go, Shy, I love your video so much. You made my day. The comment on YouTube said, oh my God. I just had it. Love watching your videos. Oh, she said, hope you're having a blessed day. Something like, hope your day is going good because you made mine better. Something like that. Thank you. You know, I commented, I replied to her comment, and I'm thanking you here. Thank you. You know, I said that's motivation. You know, seeing like these comments are motivation to keep going. Continue what I'm doing. I'm not giving up. It's almost 4 years. September will be 4 years. I've been doing this. I'm not stopping. I'm going harder. I'm actually about to start reaching out to people to do bigger and better things. I'm about to start producing and directing videos, as well as star in them as well. So I'm busy. You know, I don't just sit around and make videos for a living. You know, I actually work for a living. At the same time, I have 3 other channels on YouTube. I put content, well, 2 other channels I put content on. The other one, I'm neglecting that sneaker channel right now, but that's what I do, y'all. And I actually, for those of you that just started following me, I did a Facebook Live over the weekend. I don't even remember what day it was. Saturday, I want to say. I don't remember what day it was. This is crazy. I did a live going into my life. It didn't start that way, but it ended up that way. So that was a few days ago. Today's Wednesday. That was either Saturday or Sunday. So that video was there. That replay of that live. Like, it's so much content on my platforms you can literally binge watch. You know, 4 years. And I'm sure you're watching replays of real comedian content, you know, drama, you know, stuff that I've veered away from because I don't have time for that negativity, man. It's drama all day, every day. Nobody got time for that. I really hit unfollow this morning. Yeah, I hit unfollow this morning on 7 people. I don't have time for drama. Nah. And she was just loud. Jaleesa, love Jaleesa and her family, but too loud. I can't take the screaming in my damn ear. I can't take it. Leslie, I'm not unfollowing you, girl. I love you, your family. Yeah, y'all the best. I have insomnia. I'm not asking nobody for tips and all that. I have a doctor. You can't fix insomnia. Insomnia is difficulty falling to sleep and difficulty staying asleep. I have bad insomnia. I have insomnia. There is no good or bad insomnia. I have insomnia. It takes me at least 2 hours to fall asleep. I will lay there sleepy. I'm sleepy. My eyes cannot open, but my thoughts cannot stop. I'm planning out my day the next day, what I'm going to wear, what it is I got to do, where I'm going to go, what I'm going to do first. The next morning, I'm doing it again. I don't remember what I settled on wearing that night before when I was laying in that bed. All these thoughts going through my head. I can't control that. I've been this way since I was a child. I told the story on Facebook Live the other day. Nothing helps it. Sleep aids help me fall to sleep faster, but I will still wake up either 1 hour later or 2 hours later or 3 hours later. 4 hours is a full night's sleep for me. 3 hours, I can go on 3 hours of sleep. I'll stay up to 12 o'clock in the morning fighting my sleep so I can go to sleep and sleep a little later. It don't work. I still wake up an hour later and be up for about 2 hours and then fall back to sleep for about 1 or 2 hours. Then be up for another hour, but after that I'm getting up. The other morning I was really in the kitchen making coffee at 3:35 in the morning. I was starting my day at 3:35 in the morning. I made a video like, you can't believe this. Yeah, I have insomnia. So that's my time to go on my notifications and respond to y'all comments and all that. the messages and DMs. I don't care that your notification is waking you up right now, because if you're going to get a response from me, this is the time of day you're getting it, because I'm up and I don't have anything to do. So by 5 o'clock in the morning, I done had coffee, got rid of the coffee out of my body. I done freaking showered, did the bathrooms, dust mopped the floors, or swept the floors with the broom, or Swiffered the broom, depending on what day or what I did with the floors previous to that. You know, once a week is sweeping them. After I sweep them, 2 days later it's dust mopping them. 2 days after that it's Swiffer. Then it's back to the broom again. You know what I mean? Like, that's a routine for me, and I do that in the wee hours of the morning when it's pitch black outside. It's crazy, but I'm up. So the one morning I went to the market. My market opens up at 6 o'clock. I was at the market at 6:30 in the morning. Crazy, getting beverages, coffee, creamer, sugar, Gatorade, my protein shakes, and my ginger beer. Crazy. 6:30 in the morning. I'm walking to the market. Walking into the market. Because I call Uber to the market. 6:30 in the morning. I'm not walking through the woods. I don't care how close I am. There's animals out there. So, that's why it took me from Sunday, whatever that date was, February, the whatever, until this morning to get a video. But you're getting 2 videos. Today. Shit. What am I doing the rest of the day? I'm not going anywhere unless someone needs me. And I'm thinking, Pierre has the keys to that house. He's good with that. Pierre knows, don't take my keys out my property. You leave them there. You leave them there. But Pierre has those keys, and he knows to leave the door open if I don't come back there. He can come here and get his money. For him and them 2 knuckleheads of his he got working with him. They're good workers, that's just what I call them. In a 5-bedroom. I'm not going anywhere today. I'm tired. So, if I think of something else while I'm home the rest of the day, I'm going to bring it to you. It's just that simple. It's that simple. But keep this in mind. You don't have to watch these replays. I thank you, though. I thank you. But you don't have to. I love Petunia and Reba. I'm not watching their replays. I love me some Miss Brown and her husband. I'm not watching their replays. That I already seen. I'm not watching a replay I already seen. I seen it once. I can't do it again. Movies. I was not a movie person until maybe 2010. Growing up, I hated movies. I hated cartoons. Oh, my favorite cartoon was, tell me, do you remember these 2? The Get Along Gang. Do you remember the Get Along Gang? What? And Punky Brewster. They were my favorite cartoons as a young kid. As I got older, the Flintstones and DuckTales. I did not like the Jetsons. I hate the Jetsons. Hated the Jetsons, past tense. Could care less. Like, don't care. Don't have any feelings about it now. I'm grown. After childhood, the only movies I prefer to watch are Lifetime movies. I'm going to talk until this video either end on its own, or the phone died. I started this video at 96%, so whichever comes first. The video ending because the data is full now, or the battery died. I plan to talk that long. That's like 2 hours. I don't think I can do it. I don't know how long I've been sitting here. I know I can't, because that other video turned out to be 2 hours plus. And the phone died on me. I was mad because I ain't finished that video. I love a Lifetime movie. I love the suspense. I love that. I'm playing with this damn napkin. I love that suspense in the Lifetime movies. I don't like action movies. Have never seen Fast and Furious or anything like that. I don't like scary movies. I know what you did last summer. No, not watching it. Child's Play scared me. Chucky. Yeah, as a child. I'm not watching the movies. Hell no. What's wrong with you? Romantic? What the hell? I'm not watching that either. And on comedy movies, that damn Soul Plane, never seen it. That's not funny to me. I seen the first Friday, I didn't see the other ones. No. Like, I wasn't a movie person. So in 2010, I can't even shout you out, girl. Damn, can't shout you out. Get that off my face. We were sitting in my basement at that time. She was like, yo, this is my movie. And she put the movie on. And I was into it. Whoa, that movie was good. You know what that movie was? It was The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. What? I watched that movie in 2010 for the first time, fell in love with it. Hey Google, what year did The Hand That Rocks the Cradle get released in the U.S.?
In the United States of America, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle was released on January 10th, 1992.
92? I didn't see it until 2010. 1992. I seen that movie in 2010. Speaking of 1992, my graduation, 5th grade graduation, my class took a trip to the movies. My graduating class went to the movies and seen Edward Scissorhands. I never seen that movie. Oh. A little moisture up there. I just blew my nostrils. Empty my nostrils. It's going to dry up and leave that dried up stuff up there. Somebody's going to be like, you need to clean your nose. Sure do. Sure ain't. Ha! Still watching. Sure is. So after that movie went off, yo, that movie, my brother has asthma. Growing up, my brother had asthma. I never knew how severe asthma was until watching that movie, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Yo, you talk about a good movie. Woo! That same night, she put on What Lies Beneath. I think that's the name of it. Let's see what year that joint came out. Hey Google, what year did The Hand? Hey Google, what year did What Lies Beneath get released in the U.S.?
In the United States of America, What Lies Beneath was released on July 21st, 2000.
That's not bad. That's a good movie, man. What Lies Beneath. If you ain't see that movie, yo, I was like, yo, where these movies been? They're Lifetime movies that hit the big screen. I love the movies. Oh my God. Man. Let me tell you. Let me get this stuff off my daddy. Good movies. My favorite movie. Here we go. Come on, Shy. Give it to him. You want me? You miss me? You got me. Come on. Favorite movie. All-time favorite movies. I can't watch the end of this one. Boys in the Hood. Yup, I said it. Set it off. No, my bad. My bad. Love Jones. I'm a lover boy. Trapped in a female's body. Love Jones. Oh, when they be stepping, I love dancing, man. I want to go dancing. Damn, I need stuff to open up some more. Oh my God. I so wanted to tell y'all this and keep forgetting. Oh my God. Philadelphia went no mask last week. I want to say a week ago today. The schools are the Philadelphia schools went mask option today. City buildings in Philadelphia went maskless yesterday. It's still a state thing. You have to wear your mask in the medical buildings right now. Cool. Almost 2 years of wearing them face masks. Almost 2 years of wearing them face masks, and we finally are able to take them off if you wish. It's a week later, and I still feel a little awkward until, like, you almost want to ask somebody in there, like, in whatever establishment you go in without your face mask, you almost want to ask somebody, like, we are allowed to be in here with no face mask on, right? And you looking around and you see faces. It's so, like, it feels like we're taking steps back to normalcy again. It feels great to walk into the market or the mall without putting all this on. Like, wow. Wow. Oh my God. But I still, like, it's still early. It's still only 1 week of doing this. So I still feel like I just had to look like, is this snowing again? I'm seeing stuff. That's rain. I don't see the rain. I'm not going to cut my eye. I cut my eye. I'm not going to do it again. I'm not going to look back over there again. I'm not going to look over there again. I'm not. So, I don't know, man. It feels good, yet it feels weird at the same time. Like, not weird. You almost feel like you're not wearing your mask, but you're supposed to be. I'm still not used to not wearing my mask yet. It's weird, but it feels good. Oh, it feels good, man. Almost 2 years. Almost 2 years. It's also coming up on 2 years of my mother's passing. You're not going to see a post about my mother this month. And this the month my mother passed. I'm not celebrating her passing. No. I'll save that for her birthdays and Mother Days, you know. Those days, not like this isn't an anniversary. I'm not celebrating this. I'm not highlighting this. I'm going to carry on, and if that was a normal day, I talk to that woman every day. Every day. Yeah. Blame her for me not being here. It's like, you bet not. Love Jones. Bill Bellamy. I was talking to IJ a few months back. And I don't know. I never know how our conversations come up. That's somebody that, like, both of us, we'll get on the phone. I called this woman. I returned her call the other day, last week. She answered the phone. Hello, sugar. And before I forget, yeah. And then I finally get to say, hey, like, yeah. So our conversations just flow. We'll discuss 100 things in 10 minutes. Conversation, more like 2 hours, but we flow like that. I don't know, but she was like, Bill Bellamy was always, like, he was cute. I said, he still look good. I said, I follow him on Facebook. I said, he still look good. He do story time. He's still a cutie pie. He ain't aged. He just look like he really grown. But yeah, he's still handsome. A cutie pie. Funny as hell in that movie he was, man. Drove a hearse. He pushed a hearse to the club. A hearse. A hearse. Did he own it or did he work? He owned it, didn't he? Like, yo, that was his personal car. Crazy. Lorenz Tate. My baby Nia Long. Oh, my baby Nia Long. Nia Long. Those days, Nia Long. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Nia Long. The Love Jones, Nia Long. Yeah. The Friday, Nia Long. Not the weave, Nia Long. I can't do the, that's not me. But that movie, the music, the soul, the poetry, the spoken word, the Stepman, the love story, that's my movie. Motherfucking, Boys in the Hood, what? All the way up until Ricky gets shot. I can watch it all the way up till he gets shot. And that's it. Well, that's not it. Then I fast forward it. I fast forwarded to Trey getting out the car. Cuba Gooding Jr. getting out the car. Another good movie he's in is Shadow Boxer. Pull up this movie. It's a movie that is going to keep you focused in, but it's one of the movies that every time I watch it, I'm noticing something I did not notice the first time, and all these years later, I still have questions. Insane. Monique is in that movie, the comedian. And when they hired her for that part, they told her, if you laugh, you're fired. They said we need an actress, not a comedian. She played the crap out that part. Ooh. Hey Google, when did the movie Shadow Boxer get released in the US?
The release date of Shadow Boxer was September 9th, 2005.
What year did I watch it? I don't know. Oh, another good movie is freaking Love and a Bullet. Oh, Love and a Bullet. Is it Love in a Bullet or Love and a Bullet? I'm going to guess it's Love and a Bullet. Hey Google, who starred in the movie Love and a Bullet? Tretch, Naughty by Nature, and Soleil. Hey Google, who starred in the movie Love and a Bullet?
Here are some details.
Hey Google, what year did the movie Love and a Bullet get released in the US?
2002, according to some information I found on Wikipedia.
That's the year I seen it, and so that thing was popping. Love and a Bullet. Yo, you gotta see that. If you like a love story but a gangster movie, it was like Love and a Bullet is they how you call the people that you put a hit out on somebody. They those type people. You gotta see it. Tretch, you gotta see it. You gotta see Love and a Bullet. Hitman, I don't know. Let's see. Hey Google, what is the movie Love and a Bullet about?
Love and a Bullet is a 2002 movie directed by Ben Ramsey, starring Tretch, Mark Hicks, and Kent Masters King.
I asked her, what is it about? Google, I swear. The dark web? Yeah, well, I'm not going to tell you about the dark. Maybe I will make a video about the dark web. I would rather show y'all the dark web at the same time. So maybe I'll get that when I get them to edit for me. Alright, covered movie songs. Y'all want to do songs? Y'all want to touch songs? Y'all want to touch songs? You want to touch songs? Love TKO. Stop playing with me. All-time favorite. Teddy P, baby. I can never think of the name of this song. Frankie Beverly and Maze. Joe remade it. Let me think. I gotta think with my eyes closed. I need silence. Let me think. Go on YouTube. I mean, go on my Facebook later. I'm going to find this song. I'm going to play it on Facebook later. It's a song that Joe made over that Frankie Beverly and Maze did first, and I like the Joe version better. Thinking of the love we had. I will always love you so. That's crazy. That's notifications. Can I breathe? Can I breathe? Damn. It's ridiculous, yo. Hold up. I'm in. Hold up. Man, let me see something. Let me hit the car. Hold up. Alright, she must went to go get them from the grandma's house. So if y'all know that song I was just singing by Frankie Beverly and Maze, messing up the way we had. Hold on. Hello? Yeah, it's me. I was seeing if you had called me. I didn't miss your call, did I? Alright. Alright, that's good then. Alright, well call me back. Like, alright, you about to eat dinner or something? Steam some vegetables?
Maybe some fresh liver, some fresh calf liver, some Uncle Ben long grain rice, and some onion and gravy.
So what in gravy? Wait, so what in gravy?
Huh? Onion gravy.
I thought you said onion. How do you say onion?
Gravy.
Oh. I was about to say, wait.
Oh. I got some beets in the refrigerator, but I forgot to cook my beets, so I just had the long grain rice, the gravy,
I love beets.
and the liver, because I needed liver. I had some.
That's for your blood. The beets and the liver is good for your blood.
I eat a lot of liver, mostly beef liver or calf liver. Veal, I eat a lot of that. More expensive, but.
What kind of liver mom used to buy? Like beef liver, right?
No, she used to get the pork liver.
That was pork?
I didn't care for that too much. She never liked beef liver because it was too hard, and she didn't want to buy it.
That was pork. I didn't even know pork. Beef, I didn't know liver come in pork and different. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because everything got a liver.
I eat any kind of liver for any animal. Any kind of like pheasant, quail, chicken, moose, any kind of animal, lamb, beef, caribou, ram, goat. Hey, any kind of liver because it's good for you.
Did you ever have what's that stuff called, like mountain lion oysters or something? Monster
mountain oysters.
It's like cow balls.
Yeah, they good for you.
They say they crispy. I don't know what they are, but they say they. No, I don't know. I can't say it, Oakwood. Yo, they wonder why I'm so crazy, man. Yo. But look, what was my nickname as a kid? You remember as a little girl?
You gotta refresh my memory.
I had two nicknames. You just said half the first one.
What break your mind is Brent, tell me.
The one that sound like cornbread.
Damn.
They used to call me cornbread with the letter T, cause they,
yeah, cornbread.
Yeah, they said I couldn't say cornbread, so I like.
Remember, the girl, Uncle Wood's girl,
I don't remember his kids.
wait a minute, her name is, Pearl. Was it Pearl? No, it wasn't Pearl, but, she was, Dante Joyce.
Oh, alright.
Joyce, she could not, every time he came up here, she would eat damn near a whole can of cornbread and butter.
She ate the cornbread from me, probably.
Just pure cornbread. She wanted just pure cornbread and butter. That girl could eat a whole can of nothing but cornbread.
Jonathan told me, after the funeral, Jonathan told me I used to eat out the trash can. They said I would.
You and I would get at the table, eat this, turn right around, and it ain't bad. You know, it wasn't bad. It came right from the table. You know, garbage is only bad when it stays there for, past, like within an hour. But, you should go right to the can here. They should make me so mad.
Yeah.
So, I remember one time she didn't want me to come to her funeral. I asked why. And she never told me why she didn't want me to come to her funeral. So I asked her, I said, did your mom ever tell you she don't want me at her funeral? And he wouldn't answer me.
Who you asked, Jay or Ivan?
Jay.
Okay.
Yeah, he never would answer me. I don't know, Ivan got that money from where he was shot down at the club. And nobody heard from him. He said he was going to get a couple $100,000 because they didn't want him to sue or take it to court because the club was illegal. But ain't nobody seen him since he got that money.
Y'all ain't gonna see him until he get broke.
You know, I'm like, if he spend, he hit the $20,000 that he spent. You know, he got $20,000 that he spent.
Yeah, between mom and that PPP shit.
No. This was that money when they was giving out.
That 18,000, yeah, he got that, yeah. And then he had that like 7,000 altogether from mom's funeral.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I'm like, damn, man, that was enough money to keep you together for life.
But what he do? He still took the money and had the money and ended up beating the girl up and ended up in jail. Yeah. And still went to go get the car. That's how much money he had. All that time he was locked up, them 2 months, he went and got that car. That's how much money he had. Because they charge you like $70 a day for that car being down there.
Yeah, so he had the money to get it out. And then when that thing happened at the club, it's supposed to be like 6 digits that he was going to get, so it was like a couple $100,000. Because he was going down to the lawyer and getting great big advances. Mm-hmm. He was going down to the lawyer to get $200 or $300, maybe $500 at a time.
That's not a big advance. I thought you was going to say 2, 3, 4, 5,000.
No, I don't think the lawyer was going to give him that much. It made it up to 1,000. He was going to give him, and that's only going to be like 2 or 3 times until he really know that check is in the bank. Once that check's in the bank,
it's over.
Then you can go get it. Because when they gave me that check for $57,000, he gave me that right off the bat. I ain't had no problem. I said, man, I need some money. He said, what you want, $30,000, $40,000? He gave me a check for $57,000. Me and your grandma went down there to pick it up. That's nothing straight to George Road. And bought that ring. Shit, that ring cost me almost $15,000 she got in my hand.
And so?
Yep.
But look, right, when did Nan buy that bedroom set? When y'all was in Washington, Jersey, or Philly? That one that mom had.
That was in Philly.
Wow.
That was in Philly. That's because she worked for them people up in I used to go up there all the time. They used to raise Tennessee walking horses, the ones that prance with the necks, short neck, and they used to raise Afghan wolfhounds. They had money. The motherfuckers had some
wolfhounds. Where was she working at?
Up in Bucks County.
Oh, how she was getting there? She ain't know how to drive, did she?
Yeah, they used to come get her. She used to go from here to I think to North Philly. No, she rode further than that. She rode. Anyway, it took him like an hour to come get her.
Did Nene ever learn how to drive?
Huh?
Did she ever learn how to drive, Nene?
Nah, not in my lifetime, no.
He said, not in my lifetime. Not in hers either. Yo, look, not in hers either.
Some people got money. People like Beyonce and Jay-Z, they think they got money.
What you know about Beyonce and Jay-Z?
I know about a lot of that music in there. A lot of
what?
Music a couple of times. I know a lot of people in that field. You know, I've been to that music.
Mary J.
Blige.
Yeah, that's my girl.
Snoop Dogg and
they just was on the Super Bowl. You watched them perform?
Maybe the boys had on the rap group. I used to listen to all that music.
Wow, you just messed my head up. You shocked me. You said Jay-Z and Beyonce. I was like, what?
Okay. There's a lot of that music. There's a lot of rap music I used to listen to.
Cool Mo D, Curtis Blow.
Some of them boys, I got records around here, CDs.
Oh, I got a question for you, Uncle. You still got CDs?
Yeah.
Wow, you got a CD player?
Yeah.
Only you. You probably the only one in the world still got a CD player. Tell me this one. What?
A lot of people still have them, especially at my age. Because a lot of people still have 8 tracks. 8 tracks.
I remember Mom still had hers. I remember it was that rectangle box. It was wood and it had like 6 buttons on the front.
Yeah.
And that slot where you put, and she had like 2 8 tracks still.
I remember the first, when they had the first porno on TV. It only came on at night, and they had a little square box you had to get hooked up to your TV, and it had a little red light and a button on the top. And that was the first porno, movies they had on TV, and that went back in the 70s, late 70s, mid 70s, early 80s, when they first had it out.
So
small box.
Pornos didn't come out until the late 70s or the 80s?
Yeah, where you could get into your house. They had it in the hotels and motels, but they had it on the black market because it was on cable, but they had the underground cable in the motels. But it first started like on the airway. Because right down the street there, old man Giles, they used to belong to the church, him and Chloe, Sister Giles on it, their kids had a little box.
I remember Mom used to talk about the Giles.
Yeah, we used to all get together and smoke weed, and that was a big thing, because Chloe was the only one that had that box. She's the only one who had the box. We used to all get in there. It came on like 12. It was only like maybe for 4 hours. It only came on from like 12 to about 4 in the morning.
That's a long time to watch pornos, though.
Yeah,
so wait, so y'all would go to Flow House and y'all would sit there and smoke and watch the pornos?
Yeah, everybody. She was the only one here. It was a big thing because she was the only one from like 17th. No, I go back from like Ridge Avenue all the way up to Carlisle, and from Diamond Street. She was about the only one in that whole, from like Diamond Street down to maybe Girard Avenue.
Where did she live at?
She lived right there on Styles.
Like 16th and Styles?
Right there beside where the Bell Telephone Building was.
Oh, Sittingham and Jefferson. Right. Oh, Wellington. Between close to 17th Street?
Yeah, between 17th
and 16th. Wellington Street. Well, Wellington Street.
Yeah, when yeah, Wilmington Street, right off of 17th Street.
Okay. My mom said my mom said my pop was cheating with some chick on Wellington Street between Jefferson and Oxford, and that's why she broke up with him. She said he had kids by the chick on Wellington Street. Yep.
I live on Wilmington Street.
Mm-hmm.
What would that be on Wilmington Street?
Oh no.
It must have been down like past Jefferson, like going down towards Master.
No, she said between Jefferson and Oxford.
Jefferson and Oxford. I don't know who the hell that was. Cause you know what?
I don't remember no houses being on that street though. I can't remember that 100.
Somebody said, remember that right down on the other side of Master Street and going towards Columbia Avenue, they had a church there. They had a Father Divine. That Father Divine, he had a little church in where they had little stores like a printing press right there off of it was Oxford and the next street over.
The next street over,
like
CCB Moore.
Sitting there almost like.
On what street though?
On 16th Street, because it comes right up past Mom's house. The bus went right past. It was 16th Street. It was Jefferson, and then
excuse me. Yeah, it's a couple ones right there. This one right there, 16th and Oxford, is a church, but in the middle of the block. Wow, that was always me. I even used to go to what you call that, like, huh?
And then the next street over, there was a church there. They had them apartments there. Them houses had them big, tall, like cathedral doors. They had apartments in them houses. Right across from where Mom's apartment was, Becky Garden Apartments. Yeah,
Jefferson Street, I think. That sounds... Are you talking about, remember where the nursing home was at? You talking about that street, Jefferson Street, right?
Yeah, but come back over to like where the number 2 bus used to go past there.
All right, 16th Street.
Yeah, 16. You go down to 16th Street and Jefferson. There's that next block between Jefferson and I don't know what the next block.
Oxford. Yes.
Oxford Street, and they had the nice houses on the right-hand side.
Still there. Well, I don't know. Are they still there?
Yeah, they still there. They worth a lot of money because they got them big cathedral ceilings like 12 feet high. But all college kids got them, man.
Yeah.
On both sides of the street.
They look like brownstones or something.
Like brownstones, right?
Yeah.
And down the end of that street, that's where they had the big mansion that Father Divine. They have a church, big place at Broad and Ridge Avenue going down toward.
Wasn't that a hotel or something with his statue up there?
They tore that down.
What?
That's supposed to be historical.
They tore that down?
They tore it down, yeah. They got enough money for it. They tore that shit down.
You know they put restaurants and shit all on North Broad Street now, like Broad and Race and Vine, Fairmount.
The Cadillac building there, where you used to have Cadillacs in that building right there.
Yes, yup.
They tore that shit down. All that historical shit is gone.
Now, that mansion you was talking about on 16th Street, that was Father Divine's?
Yeah, that's gone.
The mansion is gone from 16th Street?
Yeah. Temple University got that shit.
I want to go down there so bad and walk through Becky Gardens.
You see what they're doing in North Philly? They pushing everybody out. All they want there is a college town.
Yeah.
See, that's what they want. They want to push everybody from...
they can have that shit though, like... I wouldn't want that shit. If I was them, like I always said, when Temple started buying people houses years ago, I was sitting here saying, don't sell. If they offering you $100,000 now, make them pay you more. You know what I'm saying? Like your house is worth $50,000, but don't take $100,000. Make them give you $300,000-$400,000. You know what I mean? Like it's Temple. No, but
17th Street, where Lynn Blue and Bud and all this used to be dealing dope. All that is gone.
Yeah.
That's almost like the new prefab dormitory shit is in there.
It's nothing but it don't look the same down there. I haven't been down there since last March. I went down there a year after the funeral, which was a year last year in March. And I said I want to go down there soon, but Philly is so crazy, Uncle Wayne. I'll be downtown a lot. It was a shooting 2 weeks ago, 3 o'clock in the afternoon at 17th and Chestnut.
Yusuf was telling me about that in broad daylight.
3 o'clock in the afternoon. I just walked past there 2 days before that making a video for my YouTube channel. Right up the street. I'll be at the W Hotel. I used to be at the W Hotel at 15th and Chestnut having a beer in the afternoon.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And down in let me see, was that in Baltimore? Right there in front of City Hall, right there by the mayor's office, they killed them 4 people. I remember that was last year. They gunned them down right there in front of City Hall. This shit's getting ready to get really sticky out here.
They just shot the Uber driver. The Uber driver was about to pick up a customer at 24th and Fairmount 3 o'clock this morning. And he drove himself. They shot his car 15 times. He got grazed in the back. He drove himself to the new police headquarters at 15th and Collow Hill. Remember where the Daily News, the Inquirer building was?
Yeah.
That's the new headquarters. And he drove himself there to get help. The police came outside and was like, damn. And they drove him to Jefferson. No, well, I don't know if the building there or not, but I know that's the police headquarters at 15th and Colorado.
They got an underground tunnel there.
Wow.
When it was when they used to make they should publish newspapers.
Okay.
They got an underground tunnel. They got the big rolls of paper. You see it sometimes on the train. Great big rolls of paper. I mean, they weigh like a ton. But they got a tunnel down at the train. It's big enough for a train to go in there. And they used to push some big cars, some big rolls of paper for them to publish the Inquirer and the Daily News.
Wow.
That's down on least of the ground. It's got to be at least, I know at least 25 feet high, at least 10 feet down in the ground. It's big enough for them trains and boxcars to get underneath there.
Have you ever been inside of the Eastern State Penitentiary?
Yeah, I've been in there.
I went through there.
I had a friend of mine, his dad, back years ago. I mean, he used to be in there. Back in Capone days, his great-grandfather was in there. And I did a couple of tours in there when they first made it into a museum. But I remember that wall. When they used to have prisoners in that wall, they used to throw tennis balls over that wall with drugs and shit in there. Wow. I remember that back in the 70s. Back in the, like first part of the 70s, like 68, 72. I remember they had a big thing where they used to throw balls with drugs and shit over that wall to the inmates in there.
I just was there last year in July. I went there for a tour. My first time. One of my friends did a poem, and it's on display there at the museum. And we went there, took a tour. I went in a cell. I went in a jail cell. Oh my God. Teeny, like it was crazy how they had them people isolated in there.
Oh yeah, there ain't nothing but there's only room for a bed in there and that homemade wooden toilet, and that's it. That
shit was made on like cement. It was cement. It was like stone. Oh my God, it was a stone.
When they said they put you away, they put you away.
Solitary. You were in solitary like a mug.
They mess with you mentally. You ever been to the college? The college behind the wall, Girard College?
No, but that's where the Uber driver got shot at over by Girard College. I've never been in there. Ain't that for all boys or something? Like a military school or something?
Yeah,
what was it?
It's co-ed now.
Oh, wow.
It's all co-ed, but I remember at one time, all the rich white folks used to come to that school, that Girard College. I remember they used to bus them in by busloads.
But they lived at that college. Like the rich people sent their kids there. Wasn't it like a million? Like they lived at that school.
Yeah, they had a dorm because they used to come down Ridge Avenue. They used to have a farm, an open air farm market, an open air market.
Oh yeah. Like off of 19th Street somewhere.
Yeah, that's gone.
I remember the last time I walked past there. It was the 90s, and there was a dead rat in front of there. And I was like, like it was abandoned, but it was a dead rat on the ground outside. I was like, oh my God, I've never seen a rat.
It used to be a lot right there on Ridge Avenue, going up to where Red Joe's and all them stores used to be on Ridge Avenue, where you should go into a little curve, like. When you go all the way up Ridge Avenue, used to be a pawn shop up there near 20th.
Oh yeah. I know exactly where you talking about. Yeah, Mom used to go get cases of chips and shit from over there.
Yeah, the church had a couple stores in there, Ray Joe's and Brother Burston had stores in there. Well, right across the street from that had a little old small building, and he was making $100,000 a year then. It was a little small building, and the only thing he sold was roast pork sandwiches, roast beef sandwiches, butter rolls, and coffee. His Italian guy had it. I knew it was marketing. You can look at see it was pure Italian.
Okay.
Because they didn't speak, they from Sicily. They were speaking that type of Italian.
Yes.
A small building, they made money on that. That's the only thing. People used to come from all over. If you couldn't make the South Philly, because South Philly had roast pork and roast beef sandwiches. I used to go to South Philly just to get the sandwiches of tripe and DeVille and tripe. I'd drive from here all the way over to South Philly just to get that sandwich. Veal and tripe with green peppers and onions on it.
Wow.
And there was a little bar across the street. You used to go down to the basement. All they sold was like beer, because you should get your sandwich up on Christian. And you go downstairs in this bar to get your beer and whatnot. Then they had like Rolling Rock and a couple off-brand beers like that. And I used to go there just for that sandwich. Me and Sue used to go there just to get those sandwiches. But they was, that's when the Italian market was Italian market.
Oh my
From what they
God.
tell me now, it's completely different.
Yeah, you were telling me. I ain't been down there since the 90s. I was just telling the story about how Mom used to get them.
Completely, like the Koreans, all the Koreans have it. But most of their stores, there's no more, people used to be along the sidewalk with stands and whatnot. Most of that shit now is all stores closed in with glass, with the glass in the front and whatnot.
Well,
only a couple of them, because my mom used to go down there and get her goat. Used to go get her goat and all that kind of meat down there. And then there was another place, they started making chillings. But it was in a bucket, like it was already cleaned and everything.
and she still sat at that sink in that kitchen and cleaned them for 8 more damn hours, stinking up that house. Oh my God.
She get like 10, 20, 30.
She bought the whole case. She bought 80 pounds.
That was 60 pounds. I remember the time she messed up and put that baking soda in there and it turned all black. I told her, I said, don't put that shit in there. If you put it in there, just put like a dust in there. She dumped the whole fucking box, and the next one about as black as I am.
That was bad as hell.
Oh yeah, she was smoking. She was hot.
Yo.
She took them out, and we walked all the way down past Sydenham and threw them in that big dumpster where the nursing home is.
Yeah, right.
We dumped 60 pounds in there, and then when the meat man came, he brought her another.
The meat man, Mr. Bubba and the meat man. Remember Mr. Bubba?
Yeah, he was
He sold the fruit and vegetables in that blue van. He used to be on 16th Street, right off of between Master and Thompson, whatever that little street was.
Then they had another guy used to come up with everything in his car. He had so much shit in the back of his truck, the car was like off the ground. Where the engine had to be off the ground. You had to jump on the bumper in front, turn the wheel to go around the corner. So he had to be still in that meat. He was a butcher in that meat, in that plant where he worked.
He's about the meat man.
Yeah.
Mr. Freddie. Mr. Freddie. Mr. Freddie, dark skinned glasses with that dirty ass apron on, smelling like an animal. I think maybe he was the butcher because he always smelled like fresh meat, and that meat was fresh.
Yeah. So I think what it was, he was a butcher and he was buying it at a cheap price.
Oh yeah, I wonder if because for all we know, he could have been stealing it from the market or something. Like,
because it was all in plastic bags. So wherever he was taking time to put it in plastic bags.
You already had the prices. Yeah.
Steaks. I mean, he had pretty good meat.
You remember Mom used to get these chicken bones from him, right? They was the chicken breast backs, and it was mostly bones. and he sold her a bag of them, like a 10-pound bag for $5. It was mainly bones, and she would season them joints and put a loaf of bread on the table. Yo, she used to tell us stories. Is this true? She used to tell us stories about y'all growing up, man. She said y'all uncles, all three of them niggas, she said y'all would fight over the bread. It got to the point one of y'all would take like 6 slices of bread out the pack and throw it on the floor and pick it back up so nobody else would eat it. Like, y'all really used to do that.
Did your mom ever tell you about the time we faced the KKK? We had to fight with the KKK down at Uncle Warren's down in Richmond?
No.
Yeah, Jonathan, we was my mom and Uncle Kachi and them. Uncle Warren used to live in Richmond, Virginia, way down in the country. I mean, way down in Richmond.
Is that who had the farm? Uncle Warren had the farm? Yeah. Uh-huh.
And we used to go down there, because he worked in the chicken factory down. So we used to go down and get fresh killed chickens and capons and roosters and like that. So they had went down to the factory to get chickens and whatnot. And Viv, Clara Mae, Garnett, Jeanette, Velmer, Lois, and my other cousins, the girls, they were sitting on the porch. And me, Reese, brother, Randolph, I think Lou was another, about 6 of the guys. And Mom was aware. We looked down the road, and this is a true story. Mom was alive. Your mom was alive, she would say, we looked down the road, and the KKK, some motherfuckers coming out there with sheets, chains.
He's lying. He's a liar.
They came down there to get the women and rape them. They was going to come down and get them black girls. This is a true story, and we fought them all. We had to stand up and back them motherfuckers up. The KKK, we came face to face with the Ku Klux Klan. John, I'm going to tell you, because it's in that book.
What book?
He's got a book with all the relatives in there from big grandma's grandma back in the 1800s.
Grandma Rosie's grandma?
Huh?
Your grandmom's grandma?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, my grandma's grandma back in 1888, 1890, somewhere that she was born. No, she was born way before that.
It was before that, because Grandma Rosie was born in Grandma Rosie was born in 1902. Your grandma was born in 1902. I remember it being on her picture Mom had hanging in the living room.
My grandfather, my great-great-grandfather, he was born like in the 1600s and the 1700s.
Wow.
And they came, the codes, there was the codes, because it was the codes. Then before it was the Johnson, then great-grandma, great-great.
We had Johnsons in our family?
Huh?
We had Johnsons in our family?
Yeah, we had Johnson. They was down in Gretna, Virginia.
Who were the Johnsons?
That was the one's grandma, my big grandma, married into.
Okay, all right.
And then after he died, that's when she met the Coles.
Okay.
So that's when the Coles and the Postons got together. That's when my mom and them was born. My mom, Uncle Kachi, Uncle Henry, and all them was born.
Okay.
So then after the Coles came in, then my mom married my father, the Mortons. They married the Mortons. That's how that came about.
Your father's name was Robert, right?
Right, Robert. The Mortons, they came about. But we was on that porch, and we had to face them up. You know, I tell Jonathan, but we fought for this family's name. Velma, Garnett, Jeanette, all of them, we fought for our clan. We fought for that name. They was coming out to get Velma, Lois, Viv, Garnett. They was going to actually take them and rape them. The Klan came, the Ku Klux Klan, they had white hoodies on. I'll never forget as long as I live. Because when their Uncle Carter and them got home, we told them, I remember them, the white man in the field in the farm behind us, and the people that had the farm on the other side used to raise pigs. All of them got the guns and whatnot, got in that tractor and went down there to confront them about that shit. I'll never forget that as long as I live.
Did you know Now, this some gangster. This some gangster stuff I'm about to say. Don't tell nobody I'm telling you this, because this real gangster. Did you know you can put a body in a pen with a pig, and that pig will eat that body?
Sure. We've been on that. A pig don't have no veins. You have no sweat glands. So you can't smell the decay of the body in him.
Get rid of some bodies, take them to the farm.
I'm gonna tell you something that you don't know about the family. This going back when we used to go down to Chatham, Virginia, with Uncle Pop, Uncle Vesta, grandmoms, my mom's sister, my mom's mom, my mother's mother used to live down with Aunt Dee, Aunt Sally, Aunt Brula, grandmom's sisters. Well, we used to go down there to. Down there, they had hog killing time. We used to go down and get them big hams. Because they was like 30, they was big hams, 300-400 pound hams. Aunt Alice, my mom, my cousin, Henry, we had like 5 or 6 carlos. We used to go down there. Because we all used to stop in Chatham on the side of the road that was halfway to have picnics and whatnot. Then we went past Roanoke all the way down to Danville. So I remember we stopped in Danville. And Aunt Alice's boyfriend, Mr. Leroy, had a green.
This might be true. I remember Uncle Leroy. I remember him. Oh my God, I remember him.
And Uncle Willie had a big old black and white Buick with the antenna in the middle of the windshield. You just call him Uncle Booth. And he was sitting at the table, and a white man came up and told him, called him a redhead nigger. I'll never forget that Uncle Willie took that motherfucker, cut him from his appetite.
Oh, he did what?
Cut him from his asshole to his appetite, so we got to hurry up and get in the car. Hurry up, get in the car. We all jumped in the car. Left half of the picnics and shit in there, and we had to get the hell up out of there. Because Uncle Willie cut it open. Uncle Willie was known for cutting you, because he was a gambler. He was a gangster of the family. He had a big red beard, and he used to wear this big Stetson sideways. He weighed like 300-some pounds, but he stayed clean every day. He used to have his gabardines on, old man comforts. Old man Hooks, he stayed clean each and every day. That was Little Willie's and them dad.
How many Uncle Willies did we have?
3.
Okay, because I'm like, I remember Uncle Willie coming to Uncle Al's house for the reunions, and he was a really tall, skinny man. What's up with all the men in our family being so tall?
That was Uncle Henry.
No, it was a Uncle Willie there too. Uncle Carl T used to come, Uncle Willie, Uncle Henry, and Aunt Jenny and her sons, Horsey, Tig, the twins, whoever they are, all of them used to come. Yeah, it was a tall, skinny, dark-skinned man.
I remember when Burl, Alvin, and Bobby, their mother, Aunt B. I remember when Uncle Henry used to run with Miss Liz. I don't know if you know Miss Liz.
Nope.
She used to come with Uncle Henry.
Nope.
I don't know if you remember her. I remember Uncle Henry took Burl's mom over there to see Miss Liz. I think he did that to kill her because Aunt B was she wasn't all there. So she went up there with a butcher knife and a baseball bat to beat the shit out of Liz. And Uncle Henry stayed out there in the car. It's a shit that Big John from Northam. And he stayed out there in the car. And he took Aunt B over there. And she wanted to go over there and confront Miss Liz. And she came steps. It was like in the projects out there in Southeast Washington, where they got that great big chair. Used to be a great big chair. Levitt's brother used to have it. And she went out there to confront Liz. And she beat the door down with the baseball bat. And I remember Liz hollering, Henry, come get this bitch, I'm gonna kill her. And she beat the door down. She walked in there, Liz shot her in the forehead, in the chest, and in the stomach. With that 38, and she struggled downstairs. She said, Henry, come get me, this bitch done killed me. And and Uncle Henry went up there and drug her out. Took her to the Undertaker. She was shot. Because back then, they put plastic in the holes where you got shot at. They wasn't sewing them up then.
I thought they was putting glue in there. No, that was in the war. They was putting the glue in the shots, right?
Yeah, they was putting plastic like buttons in there. Because we lived on Potomac Avenue. We used to live a place up in Peabody Street.
Yo, is that the one with the? I heard this name, Uncle Wayne. Is Peabody the street? Which Is that the one that had the apartments that look like Becky Gardens?
No, that was I can't think of the name of that. That was down at by the Sousa High School. These up here had great big mansions. We lived in this big ass mansion. I mean, we had a big mansion.
I want to take a road trip, Uncle Wayne.
Huh?
I want to take a road trip.
Yeah, because up the street from us used to be a senator. And he had this expensive green car, like a Packard. And he had a big ass flag hanging out.
He ignored me.
Well, right up the street from that, he used to be Fort DuPont, where they actually fought part of the Civil War. It was they still had the bunkers and the bunkers and the ditches, foxholes, up that play all the time here, cannons. It was Fort DuPont. It was huge.
I'm writing that down right now as you speak. Fort DuPont.
We should go up there. We should go up there and play. The house we had on Peabody Street, they had a big porch, and then we had this big vestibule, Shauna. We had to clean it with wax. It was a black and white floor, like with little squares in it. It had this big, beautiful like door with like windows, like a tinted window. I mean, like the windows they have in the church.
Stained glass.
The who?
Stained glass.
Stained glass. Then after we come in there, we had this big living room with a fireplace in it. And then we had a dining room, which was huge. Then we had a study with a fireplace in it. And on the back of that, it was a little thing called a pantry. That's where the pantry, we had a pantry there. That's where all this, some of the canned goods.
And y'all could walk in y'all pantry. It wasn't like mine. Like y'all could actually walk into it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And then we had a gigantic kitchen with this big ass stove in it.
Bigger than my kitchen.
Stove, right?
It was like 4 of my kitchens or 2 of my kitchens.
Oh, it was like 4 of your kitchens.
Wow.
Because we used to go in the basement, they built this great big long thing with like 4 or 5 shelves, and it was full of canned goods.
Yes. All them preserves, yes.
Yeah, they used to preserve them. We used to go get bushel baskets of stuff. I mean, they canned everything, watermelon rind, peaches, I mean, we had, it was like 4.
They canned watermelon rinds?
Watermelon rinds and all that. That's what they used to call it the dungeon. We had a big room back there with the wall can. That's what they used to go back there and beat the shit out of us. with the stitches, with the branches off the tree thingies. No, we talking about rawhide. We used to get beaten with rawhide. No, but there ain't no switches. We got our ass beat with a rawhide.
I was just telling somebody that right before we called, like how we used to get beat. Mom used to beat us with that white double Dutch rope or the belt, extension cords.
No, we got beat with rawhide. When they hit you, they bring strips of meat off of your ass. They had put on your biggest pencils. I remember when Clara May got her first asthma, but she hit grandma. She slapped the shit out of grandma.
Ain't she real light skinned? What?
Yeah, I remember she's got to be.
She slapped your grandmother?
Huh?
She slapped your grandmother?
Yeah.
Yo, tell me this. What kind of woman was your grandmother? Was she mean or nice?
She was a mean bitch. She was a mean little bitch. I did her.
Wait.
I bit that old bitch because she used to always put your head between her legs and beat the shit out of you.
Oh, that's where Mom got that from. Yo,
yeah.
What?
She said, ow. They used to always call me black because of my dad. Everybody else was yellow. You know how your mom's color was.
Yeah.
Mom. And then it was all that color. I was the only darkest one in the family. I forgot to my dad. They used to treat me bad. I didn't have no dinner. Sometimes it wasn't for your mom, I wouldn't eat. They used to send me upstairs. They wouldn't feed me.
Uncle Wayne.
Ice cream and cake downstairs. They wouldn't give me none.
With that homemade ice cream too.
Yeah, I got the freezer here. I got one of the freezers here.
So you got the wood one that you gotta put the ice and salt in and keep turning?
Yeah.
Wow. But
I remember they used to treat me. That was child abuse.
Yes. Yes.
I didn't eat for like a day or so. What for them bringing me food up? I wouldn't eat. I mean, they used to beat me just for the hell of it because I was a Morton. I never forget. They used to sit me in the chair and beat the fuck out of me, Shauna. Seriously, they used to beat, and just simple as I said, they used to beat the fuck out of me because I was a Morton. Uncle Henry, Uncle Carty, Mom, Uncle William, they used to slap the shit out of me for no reason. We sit at the table, they may walk up and just knock the shit out of me. I had to stand up and eat. Sometimes I wouldn't allowed to sit at the dining room table.
I'm mad that you used to get beat the way we used to get beat. Mom used to beat. Like, how can you grew up like this? Like, if you know what it's like to grow up and not have love and affection from your parents, why would you let your kids grow up and not give them love and affection? Mom.
I've never beat none of my grandkids.
Right.
I don't believe in spanking.
You never put your hands on us. Mom.
I remember one day my mom got so bad, she stomped me in my eye. I'll never forget that. I never forget mom, she knocked me out that chair and stomped me in my eye. You black bastard, you just such a fucking dad. I remember grandma called me, you black bastard. I don't forget them days.
Uncle Wayne, you crying, man. I never heard you cry before. Wow.
They used to fuck me up just because I'm black. They used to call me, and Carl May was one of the main ones. I remember one day we had fish, grits, fried squash, and potato, something else, and I was standing up there and Carl May said, she heard me say, bitch, Grandma hit me so hard she broke that plate. Wow. She broke a plate over my head with my food in it. I'll never forget it. So look, right, I asked you, I'm sorry I brought this up, but I'm glad I did because I never knew anything about Grandma Rosie. I only know that that's what y'all mom called her because that's what mom called her to us, Grandma Rosie, but I never knew, look, right, after the funeral when me, you, and mamas was sitting there when you was talking about the cornbread, I was going to make you laugh about the cornbread. Now I see why you call her what you call her that day at mom's house. My father's people, we weren't allowed to go to my father's side of the family, the Mortons, because they was all dark skinned. They used to call us savages. My uncle Johnny, my uncle Felix, my dad's brother, Uncle Jim, all of my cousins and whatnot, it was all dark skinned. My cousins, girls and boys, we were not out. They cut me off from my father's people. I said to my mom, why did you marry then? Why did you marry if you take me from my dad? I used to get an ass for him for asking that.
But yeah, that's crazy.
I remember we had a thing of steps all the way down, because upstairs we had a screened-in back porch me and Randolph used to sleep in. There was Alvin and Uncle Henry and Bobby slept in the room. Then we had a hallway with a great big mansion bedroom. Burl and Grandma used to sleep in that because they had a big fireplace. And then we had this big bathroom. Then you come to another room. Mom and Vivian stayed in there. And then on the back side, there was another room across from me and Randolph was screening. Well, that's where Clara May and Aunt Isabel used to sleep. When Uncle Isaac was in jail.
But where Cousin Velma slept?
Huh?
Where did Cousin Velma sleep? She wasn't born?
No, they wasn't with us then.
But Cousin Florence, who was she living with?
You don't remember when Uncle Isaac went to jail, do you?
No, Uncle Wayne. I don't think I was born.
Yeah, because Uncle Isaac,
something about raping a lady, a white woman, wasn't it?
He was driving a cab, and he was sneaking on the side seeing this white lady, and her husband was the police. One of them boot cops back then, they had the motorcycles in the boots. And they had that shit stitched up that Uncle Hansel had raped her. And we was in church in Washington, Bishop Johnson, all of them was down there. We had a big meeting. I
remember hearing that name all the time, Bishop Johnson. Wow.
I still listen to him now. I'm a Bishop Johnson boy. God, bleed, raised in Bishop Johnson. I listen to it. That's why I go to sleep a lot, listen to his tapes.
Wow.
And I remember they came and got him. They said, look, don't go in church to get him. And they said, bring him out. Because every other Sunday, we used to get in the car and go down to the Lord State Penitentiary to see Uncle Isaiah. Because on the other side of the prison was for women. On the other side of the Lord State Penitentiary, that's where they had the women locked up at. And we used to go down there take Aunt Isabel down there to see Uncle Isaiah, like, I think it was every
So he Sunday. Was with her back then?
Yeah. Because Ronnie's dead, but Ronnie TC.
They were born then? Yeah,
they
because
were born
they
after
got
that.
me. They older than me. Damn.
Yeah, they got born after that. Because I remember when Carme's boy died, Dante, I think his name was, he had cancer. I remember he died.
Yo, what's with this cancer? Mom said your father had cancer.
Yeah, it runs in the family.
And he died at like 33. Who?
Yeah, because mom had,
Yeah,
had
yes.
cancer on the breast.
Yes.
Grandma had cancer, that's why they cut her leg off.
Who?
Aunt Sally had cancer. They lived up in
Who leg they cut off?
Aunt Sally, Grandma and all her sisters had cancer.
Did one of Nana's sisters have one leg? Aunt Alice, one of Aunt Alice or Aunt Jenny had one leg?
No, it was Aunt Alice.
Aunt Alice,
yeah.
Because I remember she had a prosthetic and it was like it was a different shade of brown.
Yeah. Aunt Sally, they all lived in West Virginia because we had a great cousin who had polio, and she used to have the old braces with the crutches with the thing wrapped around your arm.
Okay.
She had polio in the family.
I remember Aunt D.
And then Aunt Sally's girl, she had something like she had cancer like in the stomach. But now you look at it, it was called colitis. It was colitis and Crohn's. But back then, they didn't know nothing about that. She died of Crohn's and colitis.
Your father, Mom said your dad died when he was like 33 or something.
Yeah, because me and Sue's son, our daughter and son got Crohn's.
I was looking for Aunt Sue on Facebook this morning.
Yeah, our youngest boy, Jerry, he had Crohn's, but we didn't know nothing. We just thought it was a stomachache then. He had colitis. We thought it was a stomachache. He was faking not to go to school. Then we took him down there and come to find out he had a hole in his stomach. And by then, it had started getting into Crohn's, so they had to sew him up and put a bag on him. So he been living with the bag all his life. And Rhonda, our oldest daughter, she's got Crohn's too, but she don't have the bag because, hers is a little different. Her legs is dark as I am. That's our oldest daughter.
Damn.
She only got the flower shop.
That's in Jersey?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's the oldest girl, Rhonda.
But Uncle Wayne, I haven't talked to Aunt Sue in forever. Like, I would really love to talk to Aunt Sue, but I don't have a way to get in touch with her.
Because her family got Crohn's and colitis in her family. But her brothers, they had Crohn's and colitis runs in her side of the family. That's where that comes from. Our kids we got together, that's where that came from her side of the family.
So, Uncle Wayne, can you give Leah or Yusef my number? Because I know Leah remember me.
Oh, yeah, because Leah just ordered me some groceries online. Because I didn't know how, this is what I want to do. How do I take pictures and email something to people and do it by phone? How the hell can I do that? I don't know how to do it because the lady called me. She said I can email or take pictures of them and send it to her, but I don't know how to do that shit.
Well, you gotta take the picture, and then you gotta go into email, and you gotta hit image or something, and click on, like, it's just a few steps, but I can't walk you through it right here, like this.
Jonathan used to do it for me. I know if I go there to email, and you gotta punch her, I don't know if you gotta punch your name or a telephone number in. If you punch, you type the telephone number in, then there's a little signal that comes on the bottom of the screen, I think. And you type that, then it comes, you gotta go to where it says photo or camera. And you go to that and lay your documents out and you take pictures of that. And at the bottom where it says send, looks like a big paper clip.
Mm-hmm.
And at the bottom of the screen, you're supposed to, right next to that says send. You're supposed to push that, that'll send the picture to them. But that's about all I know about it. I got a laptop, I don't know how to do it on a laptop.
But do it from your phone. Just do it from your phone. It's the same thing.
That's what I'm saying. That's the only thing I know how to do it on the phone is get on the phone and she said I'll put a number in. I put a telephone number in.
Mm-hmm.
I put a telephone number in, and I think I got to go over till text or email.
Okay.
Is that how you do it? Go over to email?
Yeah, hit email. Yeah. Or you can do it at text too. You can do it with a text too, but you gotta know how to send a photo, like how to send a picture as a text message. You know, like somebody gotta show you. How far do Leah live in Philly, right?
No, she lives over in Jersey, but she lives on in Camden, like in Pittsburgh.
I thought she was over near the northeast or something. Who was living near the northeast?
Where in
I thought you said Yusuf or somebody lived in the northeast.
Yusuf live off of down off of Berkeley, somewhere off in near Second and Berkeley or something like that. They got a condo down there, him and his girl.
Well, that's like Berks, probably.
Yeah, down there, Second and Berks,
Okay.
somewhere down there off Columbia Avenue, somewhere down
Columbus,
there.
yeah.
Where they got all them new buildings down there. They got a nice place, because the place they live in, you automatically get a 55-inch TV for your living room.
Yeah, cause that's them expensive condos, yeah. But he had chef in it.
Cause he said, Papa, we got a TV. He said, give us a TV in the living room.
Yeah, that's that head chef income. That's that chef income.
Yeah, cause her parents.
That boy doing money. Good. Oh.
The girl that you should go with, her parents got money.
But I need you though to give. I know Leah remembered me. Yusuf, you gotta bring his memory back to when y'all were staying here. You know, helping me out. You know, to bring his memory back. But cause he was younger. But I know, give Leah my number, Uncle Wayne, please, so I can get in touch with Uncle Wayne.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
I mean, I'd say with Uncle Wayne. I want to talk to her, Yusuf, and Aunt Sue. Like, they grown now. You know, I'm downtown. Huh?
Her husband's name is Yusuf, too.
Yeah, you were telling me, like, I'm downtown all the time. I would love to go in his restaurant and eat, you know what I mean? Like, I'm always downtown.
Yeah, because Yusuf used to work at the Chinatown at one of the restaurants. I think that's how he met Valerie.
Now, that's crazy.
I used to go over there and eat in restaurants where he was working at.
My favorite Chinese restaurant in Chinatown is 10th and Race, 1003 Race, or either 1006 Race Streets on the corner. Ooh, but they don't open till 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but they stay open till 4 in the morning, though.
Yeah, because I used to go to one in the middle of the block. They had an upstairs to it. And they had a big aquarium where you could go get your own kind of fish and octopus and whatnot out of it. And they prepared right there.
I want some octopus, bad.
I used to get fresh black bass prepared with calamari and an octopus in it. Pure fresh black bass.
Wow.
And I used to get that. I used to get shrimps and lobster sauce.
Okay.
Because I used to get my egg roll and shrimp egg fouillon.
Oh.
I used to get a lot of exotic dishes with them. I used to have them fish eyes. They used to have this hamburger down there. It was a French restaurant. Let me tell you about this. It's a French restaurant down in the gallery before the gallery closed. And they had a dish. They called tata. I think that's pronounced. They take the raw hamburger and they fix it to where you can't even tell it's raw hamburger. It was delicious. A French restaurant in there. It was a delicious meal because it was like $88.
What year was a French restaurant in the gallery?
Oh shit, that was when you guys was kids.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say. You said before they closed. They closed in 2012. You gonna say back when I was a kid.
We should go there for lunch. And back then,
can't
it
make
was
this up, man.
for lunch.
Okay.
Yeah, we should go there and quite. That's when I got to learn about that French food. Because I used to eat, you eat escargot?
I never had escargot. Ain't that fish eggs?
No, snails.
Snails? No, I never had that. Which one is caviar? The fish eggs, right?
That's not fish eggs, but caviar is made out of duck eggs, turtle eggs.
Well, this was black, like little black balls.
Yeah, that's like a certain dried fish egg.
Yeah, I had that on sushi. I can eat caviar on sushi.
It's overrated. Caviar is overrated.
Yeah, I'm not eating it off the sushi. Like, it was on the sushi. I couldn't even notice it other than seeing it.
Yeah, that's something that came from over in the British in England.
I don't like, what's the shit they put on pizza? Them green shits.
Anchovies.
I don't like those either. My dumb ass, of course I was, this was in my weed smoking days when I was still skinny. Man, I'm down north one day. I ordered pizza. And I said, let me get anchovies on. I'm doing it big. Never had anchovies. That shit was salty as hell.
Because we ordered kids. We had used to up in the bed and we said we was ordering pizza. And I told dickhead Sue, I said, look, don't get anchovies on that pizza because it'll go all the way through. So she snuck in, called the people, got a pizza and had anchovies on. We had to order more pizza.
You can't take them off. You pick them anchovies off. That pizza is still salty as hell.
Okay, yeah, that's something you can't because she used to have eggs with olives and that shit in there. And I'm like, no, don't cook me no white people shit with no olives and my eggs with that shit in there. She should approach the eggs with that shit on there. She loved that the fish we just said was talking about
anchovies.
Anchovies. She used to love approach eggs with anchovies and olives.
Mom used to like her eggs running. And because of mom eggs, my eggs gotta be done. I want my eggs hard. I want them joints brown. Yeah.
I can't. Yeah, like, if I have cream cheese beef, I want the eggs over easy.
What's over easy? Over easy mean what?
You cook them on one side, and then soon the white part will get done. You flip them right over. Sometimes then you call them dippy eggs. They call them dippy eggs.
That shit, yeah, that shit is runny eggs. No, I can't eat that.
Like
you crack the egg.
I'm not gonna waste my steak with eggs, but I would eat eggs over easy with cream cheese beef and potatoes. I would eat that. A soft boiled egg, we hit that in the military.
I need hard boiled. I need hard boiled eggs.
Yeah, because I used to go with this girl. If I haven't had money, they used to have Bloody Marys in the morning with soft boiled eggs in that little round dish pot. You know, like a little, almost like one of those shakers you have for timers for you time with the salt dinner for food. And they used to have them the little decorator looked like an Easter egg. Had a little top on it. And they used to have a soft boiled egg with that thick German toast and tomato and vodka in it. He said they used to have that for breakfast, and I could not stand that soft boiled egg. Oh, I was eating it not to hurt somebody's feelings. I used to like eating a maggot hoagie.
Oh my God.
Or liverwurst hoagie. And then I came out and said, look, I ain't eating no more.
I love a piece of liverwurst now.
Yeah, I love liverwurst with onions and green peppers. I love that.
I want mine right out the bag, standing at the refrigerator. Eat it 2 slices and put it back.
I like the lox, like cream cheese and lox. I love cream cheese and lox.
What's lox? I heard of it.
Nova Scotia fish.
Okay, I knew I heard of it.
Right.
Yeah,
I like that in Atlantic lox, cream cheese and black olives. Bagels and lox. I know you hear a lot of people like cream cheese and lox on the bagel.
Yes.
Yeah, I eat the shit out of that.
I seen a spread. I seen a spread or something. Like, it was in a container at the market. In the seafood section. Spread. Like a container spread. Like a dip or something. It was backed by the seafood in the refrigerator.
Oh yeah, they have that in there. Cause I get bagels sometimes from, and I have the salmon spread on the bagels from Dunkin'.
Ooh, Uncle Wayne. So I went to the market the other day. I got these butterfly shrimp. They breaded. Huh? Yeah. I've been eating like a bachelor. I'm a bachelor now. Like, I don't cook shit.
You don't supposed to.
I'm trying to tell you.
You don't supposed to cook.
Uncle Wayne, I'll put something in the toaster oven, like the air fryer real quick, or the toaster oven, same thing. I brought the fish portions, fish sticks. Then I went to the more fancier freezers, right? I found butterfly shrimp, breaded. They nice size. I found coconut shrimp. You put them joints in that toast oven, they come out tasting like they just came out the grease.
Well, we used to go get them big colossal shrimps with their head on there.
Oh, hell no.
The head on there. And you pull the head off, it's like a crawfish.
Oh, that juice?
Like crawdad and crawfish, because Randolph used to live in Louisiana, and we used to eat them down there. Crawfish and crawdad, we used to eat a lot of them. We cater. When he was in Louisiana, he played for Dallas Cowboys. We used to eat a lot of them. But I would go to Reading Terminal for now and get my groceries. I ain't going to that place. There's some nice places in Chinatown to get fish, but I don't know where they at. And they got some stores that got some nice fish in there, but I don't know where they at. Only thing I know is how to get to Reading Terminal, and I'm used to going there to the fish place.
Reading Terminal expensive as hell.
Who's that?
Reading Terminal?
Oh yeah, but when you get your meat out of there, it's ready to cook when you get home.
Yeah, you can't leave it in the fridge for a couple of days, or you damn sure can't freeze it. But look, I haven't been to China. Like, I walked through Chinatown, but I haven't been there to go through since I've been like this.
I'm dying because I like going there and you can smell all that Chinese aroma food in there.
I love Chinatown. Chinatown for me is the perfect date. I think that's the perfect date to go walk through. Like, the last time I remember a fish store in Chinatown, I can't even remember. It was around Race. It was around Race or Vine somewhere. It was going back that way, and they had
to walk through there, and there's a lot of restaurants through there in Chinatown. I like the duck, that Peking duck they have in there.
But that's the one. That's the same street I'm talking about. So that street with the stuff it was like a smoke shop. It was a smoke shop somewhere, and then where they got the animals hanging up in there. Then like the poultry's in the front, and you go to the back, like the beef and that stuff is in the back. But a few stores from there, somewhere on that same number street, it was a store that sold the fresh fish, and it was like they laying on top of the ice, and the eyes just looking up at you like fresh fish. Oh.
Yeah, but I used to get a lot of go to Reading Terminal with Mom. We used to get a lot of beef tongue. Because I eat a lot of tongue, beef tongue, elk tongue. I love tongue on pumpernickel bread with coleslaw and what they call like olive ains on there.
Are you talking about cow tongue?
Yeah, cow tongue,
hell no.
elk tongue, moose tongue, any kind of tongue, goat tongue. I love it. A lot of protein.
I remember when we went to BJ's, when you and the family were here, and that big old cow tongue, when you picked it up and you handed me this thing, and it was like, it was like at least 15 inches long. It was like 5 inches wide. He was like, that's a cow tongue. I was like, their tongue is that big?
It's expensive. That shit costs you almost like $18 a pound.
Well, you know, chicken wings cost more than chicken breast right now.
Chicken wings cost more than the damn chicken.
Yeah. That's the truth. You can buy a whole chicken. Yeah, that's the truth.
A damn chicken feet and a chicken neck costs more than the chicken itself. That's a thing. I remember they used to give away chicken feet and chicken wings at one time.
Them feet look nasty. Mom said she used to eat them with eggs.
I remember when your mom was, we went and got some chicken feet up on Ridge Avenue, and she was going to make like chicken and dumplings with them. So she put this big roll out and red chicken feet. They had meat on there. So she had them in the pot boiling. And when they got to a real low light, she told, remember Miss Chris?
No.
Miss Chris, you sang?
Oh, yes. I remember Miss Chris. Yeah. Damn.
She told Chris, don't open the pot because I got my chicken in there. So Chris, you know, Chris is crazy.
She was wild.
So
yo.
She took the top off that pot. And you know, when you boil something, it comes to the top.
Yes.
And when she took the top off, that chicken feet came to the top. And your mom put that chicken dumpling in there, and it squared that dumpling, went down to the bottom. Chris damn this shit herself getting out that part. Because the chicken feet just bubbled to the top, and they like It was boiling.
Oh.
Only the rice in the bottom.
And they got the finger. So when you cleaning them, do you supposed to take the fingernails off, like the toenails?
Yeah.
Whew.
Mom used to go to Red Terminal and get the fish heads. I still like fish heads.
Mom said y'all used to make soup with the fish heads.
Yeah, a lot of meat in that fish head. Good meat. They make fish cakes and whatnot out of it. We used to go get them big ass. Me and Mom used to go there and get them big ass. I tried to get David to eat some. She's like, hell no, I ain't eating nothing look like that. She won't eat. She won't eat them. We should get it out and put the turnip green, that green called Chrissy. You should go in there, it goes in the water, the little small turnips on there. And Mom should make that cornbread on top of the stove.
That hot water cornbread? What's that, hot water cornbread?
Yeah, we used to eat the shit out of it with fish heads. That was a staple
Skillet cornbread.
growing up. We used to go get them codfish, carpfish.
I love that fish. I love a piece of cod. It's thick as shit.
We used to get carps and catfish from this brother that used to work, we used to live in the church. And he lived down in Maryland, deep in the Klan territory in Maryland, because we had to go way back in the woods. It took like a half-hour walk. That's where I learned how to fish with nothing but a tree limb. That's how we had nothing but a hook and a barbel on there. He used to cut down the tree. That's how was your fishing rod.
You remind me of MacGyver right now. MacGyver. You don't remember that old school TV show called MacGyver?
We had a big net, like big as the size of a mattress, and we used to put that in the water, and you had to be very careful. Because you put it up too fast, the fish would take off out of there, and they wouldn't come back. And that's how we used to catch the carps and the big catfish, like channel cats. Big, huge. So we used to get a lot of catfish stew. My mom used to, we had a lot of, your mom was alive, she'd tell you, we had a lot of catfish stew. I was so hot of it. Because remember your mom used to make that potato soup with the mackerel in it?
No. She
used to make a potato stew. She used to cut potatoes up real small and cook butter and cream in it with them, and onions like a stew. Almost like chicken noodle soup. I
remember she used to cut them potatoes up. I hate white potatoes. She would, unless they French fries. Sometimes I'll eat them now.
I don't get to eat so many potatoes because before my potassium.
I stay away from that shit altogether, Uncle Wayne. Like right now, I can eat like 5 or 6 French fries, but that's not something I do often at all.
Yeah, I take some of the small potatoes and cut them and put them in the
air fryer.
Heat fryer.
Yeah.
And I had some last night in the heat fryer. It's like 3 or 4 little small potatoes, and I cut them
in the heat fryer.
I had a little hot sauce and ketchup on them. But
maybe deep.
If I go to McDonald's and get those French fries,
ew.
I make them cook without salt.
Them fries horrible. Oh.
Yeah, I tell you the best one is Wendy's. Wendy's got some damn good fries.
Yeah, Wendy's and Burger King. I like their fries. Yes.
Yeah, they got some good. Their sandwiches is good because they cook them on that open grill. But they got another place now. It's called Burger something, where all they do is sell burgers. And they actually got the burger. Remember that store we used to go get the patties out of? Up in Ridge on Concord Avenue. It was called Murray's.
Oh, yeah. I remember we used to have one right there on 16th and Cecil B. Moore.
I used to come from here all the way over there to get them by Murray's, because we didn't have Murray's over here.
To get what?
The Murray's, the patties with the cheese in the middle.
Yo, that was my favorite one. It was like the beef and cheddar patties.
Yeah, that was quarter pounds then. I used to get them.
I used to, I was working at Murray's when Bree was born.
That's right. Yeah, you did work at Murray's. Yeah, I remember that. Because we used to go get the big bags of French fries out of Murray's. You know, meatballs.
I ain't like their French fries either.
Huh?
I ain't like their French fries either. The shoestrings were alright. I don't like steak fries and crinkle cut fries. I never liked those.
That's all we eat with steak. That's all we eat is steak fries.
Ew. I prefer to cut a white potato up, leave the skin on, and cut the white potato up kind of small, a little big, like all different shapes and sizes, and fry those.
We eat a lot of baked potato with sour creams and butter.
I never cared for baked potato. Y'all can keep. I love German. My favorite thing with a white potato has to be